Start it off then. We're in. Oh, I forgot to do your names. Oh, you guys do the intro while I work on that. Hold on. I hope so. Jesus. Do we have the? We don't have the bot in yet. The music bot. Nope, that is not sexy bot. Oh my god. Of course you would. Uh-huh. Imagine thinking. Hi, Henrik. Old man has joined. Yes, you are. Wait, Discord's fucked. Hold on. You're right. God damn it. Why are my audios ruined? What's happening? No, that should be working. It should be working. No. No, it's just really weird because it should be working just fine. I don't know why it's not.
Trade in chat, but that's because I don't know how else to host.
Yeah,
No worries.
I tried doing /host.
there we go. There we go. We got Discord going.
There
We
we
got
go.
audio.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of hosting.
Raiders.
Oh my god, a party of one. Thank you
Oh my
so much,
god,
Phoenix
that's
Flight.
crazy. That's crazy. But the party of one is probably just me.
You people.
It is like 100% just me.
It's
Oh
funny
my
though.
God.
I have a
That's
friend that'll
true.
probably be joining in a second. But
Poggers. I mean, do what you want. We can't stop you.
I'm advertising everywhere. I don't think you understand. All
Jesus
of
Christ.
everyone. Goodbye. Alright, link there.
I don't know if I'll advertise everywhere until we have our
Oh,
little
I'm-
guys.
Everywhere.
Until we have
Everywhere.
Our
Don't
little
advertise
guys.
Yeah, don't advertise until we're ready.
No.
what? Which
I'm
little
doing it.
guys?
Our little guys.
The
The little
PNGs.
guys,
Yeah.
the PNGs.
Oh.
Yeah, if you look at the stream, they're all lighting up. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to debug it because there
I
is
just
a
got
10-second delay. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I kept saying little guys. I had no idea how to verbalize this otherwise.
No worries. I get
I was
you.
just confused. I didn't understand what you were talking about.
The little guys.
You're little guys.
That one.
The little
is
guy.
that
Little
one.
dudes.
I've advertised in about 15 servers now.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Christ.
I think you guys underestimate the fact that I do this for every single stream that I
Oh
do.
no. Honey.
15. Oh, Twitter!
Open-
Twitter!
Open the floodgates.
Have you done that for
God,
all
Open
of
the
us?
I need to go to Twitter!
Twitter
Ugh,
isn't it?
it
It's
is,
death
but I don't
throes.
care.
It's
I'm just sitting back and waiting until we're
happening.
ready.
We're
Never be
dying.
ready.
Help.
The DMs are getting unique names because I'm just way too lazy to do anything more right now.
I'm a little bog creature.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and then our standard PNGs are hints to what is to come.
That's a truth.
I'm the basement creature that space only pulls out when they need something to happen.
Hopefully my audio quality is better now, because I was on my phone for the last, 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
Mm.
You sound fine either way, so don't worry about it.
I'm not too bad.
Twitter has been posted.
You're
It's
a little echoey,
Instagram
Henrik.
time.
Eat there.
Fuck, I have the hiccups.
Uh-oh, we'll stop it.
No. Never.
That sounds like a you
Cough
issue
them
then.
out. Just, if you open your mouth really wide and blow,
Oh god.
then it'll come out.
That's
I don't
just
think those blowing are
cursed.
fine.
Open mouth really wide and just.
What's
A story just turns into a cryptid.
Fucking
Hey guys,
cursed.
it's Astoria. Today we're gonna be becoming a cryptid.
That's what my
you fool,
other,
I've
my other
already
D&D
been.
group.
Astoria becomes a Minecraft YouTuber.
No.
Unless-
The Minecraft YouTuber joke is that they're pedophiles. Please.
Oh, no.
Please.
I forgot
Please.
about that.
I did not know that. Since when?
Yeah, there's just a joke that every Minecraft, because there's been a lot of Minecraft YouTubers that have been accused of grooming or have
Yeah.
genuinely been arrested for pedophilia.
There
So there's a joke that if you're a Minecraft YouTuber, you're a pedophile, and Astoria would never.
I am.
In fact,
am
I think
everything.
Casiris is the opposite of a child.
Yeah,
And-
Cyrus is older than you.
Almost a foot taller than
Wait,
me.
I
That is
fucked
large. That guy is large.
Damn it.
I'm my game now.
He's large. I'm
My-
shaking ink. I have quill ink.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Oh my
Drink it.
god.
I got a
Gotta
root
get
beer on my desk.
into
Drink
it.
it,
It's
drink it,
gold
drink it.
too.
I have
You
a
know,
cotton
candy
color
bang,
of
and it's
Astoria's
gross.
eyeball.
That'll
or-
taste
yeah.
amazing.
So much is
It'll
happening.
taste great.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit.
I'm gonna send a picture of the glitter because it's very sparkly ink.
Glitter.
Mm.
Yeah,
Delicious.
glitter. ink.
Damn it! You beat me to the eating.
My
glitter.
favorite. It's my favorite flavor.
Okay,
I
I
also
just
mainly
now.
got
love
this
eating
because
craft
of
herpes.
my other champion.
Is it?
Huh?
Ah!
What?
Oh,
What the fuck? Excuse me?
Ooh.
I said what I said.
What did you
I don't think
say?
you should
And
have.
why did you say it?
Hey, Space, do you need
Me.
some mental help? Because I cannot afford therapy, but I can afford D&D.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Do you need like some Minecraft? Oh wait, not Minecraft. Do you need some?
Anyone just talk about why that was a bad idea?
never again.
This
Oh
is
my
fucking
God.
chaotic.
All right,
Jesus.
let's.
I
Okay.
just now joined into the stream. Angelus is so handsome.
Thank
Why
you.
is roll 20 lagging?
Oh,
What?
Well,
No.
stop it. Okay,
giant
the
kiss,
names.
baby.
The names are
So scary.
Wait.
Mayday.
It's
Mayday.
they now. I'm not changing that again.
Mayday.
That's the joke.
It's kind of
I
like,
only have a singular
Version.
pronoun. All right.
It's like
all right.
dumb, but it's intense.
Space is my favorite. I love they.
I'm not smart. Okay, I'm trying my fucking best.
I love they. I respect
Alrighty.
pronouns in this house.
Ooh, that is glittery.
It is very
What?
glittery. Do we have everybody in the Discord call?
Look.
No.
Well, I mean, all the PNGs are lighting up, so yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Henrik
mentally,
is here. Henrik, are you
mentally,
here?
no.
Speak.
Yes.
Okay,
Hi,
we've got
Henrik.
Henrik.
Hello.
Hello, Henrik. We can
Physically,
hear you.
yes, I am here. Mentally,
God damn, I
absolutely.
didn't
Okay,
even get
stop
halfway
being
through.
edgy, Astoria.
No,
We love you, Henrik.
it's my job. I have to get into
Jesus
character somehow.
Christ.
All right, everybody. Okay.
Boys in character.
Does anyone have? Do we want to kick it off? Do we want to give it another minute for some troubleshooting, or are we all set?
I don't need any more troubleshooting. I'm good.
Alrighty.
I'll just need a second once we travel over to the battle map, but otherwise I'm good.
Yeah, I'll give you fair warning.
God, this looks so good.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
So, in that case, let's hop right back in. So it's been a hot minute since our last game. And it's been, like I said, a while. We've had some life stuff come up for a lot of different folks, and it just kind of is what it is. But we have. It's been a second. So to recap, our last session did kind of cut off halfway through the VOD, but we because we had some crashing issues, it's fine. We're all set. But the rest of what happened that is not recorded was the crew investigating the riots going on Kavagon's streets to a point where streets were starting to go slick with blood, and the Rams Guard, the SWAT team of the Kavagon's guard, were out on the streets to control the population. It was during this riot fight, whatever you want to call it, that some of the crew climbed up onto a rooftop to get a better bead on what was going on, as an entire building had been lit on fire. And, people were getting very rowdy. That somebody witnessed what can only be described as an abduction in real time. Someone who came out of an alleyway, snagged somebody with a garrote around the throat, and drag them off into the dark. And that is where we ended our previous session, with the group standing on a rooftop as the city of Kavagon begins to burn, or part of the city of Kavagon begins to burn around you. And let me pop you back over to that map properly. And this is a map that can be shown if you would like to show it.
Are we okay? Are we doing? My question is it gonna be like fight scenes, or like are we moving around it, or?
It would just be moving around.
Don't forget about the old man face being the war doctor.
Oh God.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, what was that, Saga?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
my
old-
token is the War Doctor. Is that going to be a problem?
I don't think it'll be a problem as long as it gets changed by the next time we stream. It's gonna be small enough; it shouldn't be.
Talking about Henrik.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get in trouble for showing the War Doctor as a token.
Generic old guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll never get
so-
in trouble because I drew that.
Music?
Mine was a commission.
Oh,
Was that the music? But it is. Cool.
Nadia's
Yes.
so cute.
it screams.
I love Nadia.
So
Every time I see her little, it's so cute.
yeah, Nadia's adorable.
Look at this lens.
Why are there two Astorias?
Hello?
Why are there two me?
It's
Oh.
me.
Hold on just a moment.
I've duplicated
I am
myself. Wait, where's the second Astoria? What?
I don't
Oh,
know what you're talking about.
No, not stream. This is Roll20.
Yeah, I'm looking at Roll20. Where's the
Okay,
second
where's
one?
the second Astoria?
Oh.
There's
It's
one.
gone now.
Well,
Second one has been removed.
Roll20's haunted. Anyways, so
20's haunted by Astoria.
I believe it was
your
Henrik and
parents.
Saga and
my
Alston
God.
that were on the roof. Henrik, you would have seen this abduction go down essentially, and that was kind of down this alleyway here. I've put a little Bernie thing on the burning building so you can kind of have a visual of that. But what are you folks doing?
Well, no time to waste. I'm going to stand up where hopefully the people we left behind can see us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do my best to signal them to get over here
Mm-hmm.
in any way they conceivably can to break the cordon.
Gotcha.
And then gonna look at Saga and Alston and just go no time to waste and begin doing my best to descend into the chaos and make my way through.
Gotcha. Saga, you were up there. Alston kind of just nods and will trail you. For those listening, Alston did bow out of the campaign. For the moment, he is still with the group. But yeah, everybody else, are you watching kind of the rooftop where Henrik and the others are?
Yeah, I guess.
Alrighty. In that case, you do see Henrik kind of motioning for people, like for their attention. And Henrik, while you're kind of getting down from the roof, are you looking for like a specific access point, like a ladder or a staircase, or are you just trying to get down to the ground as fast as possible?
I'm just trying to get down. This is the first lead we've gotten in who knows how long. Let's not let it disappear like the last one.
Very fair. Yeah, go ahead and roll me either an acrobatics or athletics check as you kind of like go coasting down this roof.
Luck don't let me down. Damn.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's rough. It is not your smoothest dismount. You were never a rogue, you were a soldier, so kind of climbing around rooftops is not really your forte, and it shows here. Alston kind of tumbles down after you, but you do hit the ground. You don't really take any damage, but it definitely kind of like jars your back. Saga, are you gonna climb down the normal way, or are you just beelining like Henrik is?
I think I'll see what happened to him and I'll climb down the normal way.
Gotcha. Alrighty. What's everybody else doing to kind of get across? There are these the boards that have been pulled up from across the canals, but you could probably still hop across them pretty easily.
Oh wait, maybe I should hop. Right, no, I'm gonna be careful.
Mm. Alrighty. And that leaves us Astoria and Nadia. What are you two up to?
But what are we doing?
I don't know.
Go fish.
Ah.
We did play Monopoly in our last session.
You guys did.
What was the context of us staying behind again?
I don't recall. That was just your guys' call. We asked who was coming up, and
Not
you guys.
much chance of being able to cross the.
The ladder over here. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh right.
My roll 20.
Or I think it was Nadia couldn't do it, and then
I do have
Astoria
like,
stayed behind just to give magical support.
I do probably have like. Yeah. Going to the rooftops. Fuck it. Let's not split the party. Does it look like the ladder, like right there? Does it look like I'm gonna snap? It's gonna snap under me.
Somewhat. It also looks like Saga is climbing down, and Henrik and Alston have disappeared on the other side of the roof. And what you can't see on the map is that these streets are like crowded with people. But it is still passable with minor effort.
Okay, I will
Hey.
go. Do you want to go follow? Astoria?
I don't
Well, we're gonna get left behind, so yeah, let's head out. We'll hang back, obviously, because if it's crowded as fuck and we can't get close. But I will start heading the direction that they left.
Yeah,
especially
for
if I
sure.
can't see them, especially if they're disappeared from sight.
Mm-hmm. In which case, as you folks kind of head off, you manage to spot Henrik through the crowd. You don't see Alston. Henrik, you know that Alston is kind of like just behind you. I mean, the man's a gnome. He's hard to kind of track through a crowd. But you are getting jostled by people. You can see kind of above the heads of commoners, the horned helmets of the Ram's Guard, kind of forcing their way through the crowd, forcibly subduing people. It is not lethal amounts of force, but you see people drop. You see people cuffed and dragged away, who are being the most violent and rowdy out of the people. There are shouts of, like, accusing the nobles of not doing their dues and the city of, suppressing the people's voices. But it all kind of mixes into a cacophony as you trail after Henrik. And as we had discussed, Noel, Angelus does also see this snag. While out trying to speak with one of the guards, you do see out of the corner of your eye the movement of someone seamlessly wrapping a garrote around somebody's throat, pulling it tight so they can't speak, and using said garrote to drag them back into an alleyway.
So you got me as I was putting a shovel of food in my mouth, so I was like, fuck!
Well,
always happens.
Stop snacking during my D&D game. Illegal.
Brendan Lee
Imagine
Mulligan said it's
eating.
okay to snack.
On like
I would never
almonds.
eat. It's a personal thing.
Listen, it's
Answer
my
your
breakfast.
question, almonds.
But no, Angel's looking up at the guard, and then just sees this does that kind of distracted look between the guard and behind him, yeah, you know what? Ignore my question and whatever. Suddenly I have to go. Really nice seeing. Just be gentle with everyone. Don't okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna book it past them. Probably really suspicious, but he's panicking.
By the time you dart off, you do hear the dull metallic sound of a shield hitting someone from the guard you just walked away from. But
Cool.
go
I'm not
ahead,
looking back.
Henrik and Angelus, go ahead and both give me, let's say, dex checks to see how well you can weave your way through this crowd.
I'm not bad
I will
at
also
those.
accept acrobatics.
It's the same thing for me, so I'm just gonna roll acrobatics as a treat.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Let me take a look.
As I'm moving through real quickly,
Yeah,
can
Henrik.
I just grab Alston and have him sit on my shoulder?
Yeah, for sure.
What if
I
you
may
chucked
be able
him?
to.
Like you just picked him up and you like just
Football throw
all the
him.
way through the crowd.
Yeah.
Just
I
Well,
feel like
spike him into
the
the
thing
ground.
is it's important to remember Henrik himself is very short for a human,
Mhm.
so he probably can't see through the top of the crowds.
No,
Well,
but
You could
with a
throw
22,
upwards.
just toss him up like a baby. Also, it
Juggling
is
him.
becoming quickly obvious that the training that you've talked about having, that you've given other people, is coming to bear in this moment. It all kind of like floods back to you. You know exactly where to put your weight, how to get through people. Not necessarily throwing elbows, but you are making your way easily. You're carving a path for the rest of your party. But you do see, like, Alston is short. These are fully grown, like, adults, humanoids of various varieties. There are some Goliaths in this crowd. There's quite a few Goliaths. There's a heavy Goliath population in Kavagan. And you like grab him by the back of the shirt and just hear a little whoo and toss him up on your shoulder. And he kind of just like steadies himself and just thanks, man. And is gonna like keep a lookout while you guys move. And kind of like points you down to the direction of the alleyway. With a 22 acrobatics, you are going to get there first. You hit the edge of this alley. There are only a few people kind of like hanging around the edge of it. The alley itself is empty. And you do hear, out of all of the footsteps, another pair that is not like jostling and kind of scuffing across the ground, but it is a like dedicated run like you were just doing. And the rest of the group, you can track Alston and Henrik pretty easily through the crowd, and you would be kind of falling in behind him at this moment. As like the crowd kind of crushes around you, you hear more of the sounds of people hitting the ground and the sounds of like shields and cuffs and people being dragged away. But at the moment you have escaped the notice of the Ram's Guard, and the alley seems relatively dark aside from the flickers of the flames of the building across the way catching on the rooftops. But you do hear the footsteps of somebody approaching as Angelus, you kind of reach the alleyway after this other group of people.
Where's?
You folks are going to be right about here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Angelus is honestly like not taking his eyes off of like off the prize technically, just like where that was, trying to keep an eye, try to get a glance of it, and just trying to use his tall frame to his advantage, to push through the crowd and like weave through so he can get there.
Yeah, for sure. With a 15, it's easy enough. You do get jostled a bit. You catch an elbow to the back of the head.
Damn.
But it's not, you don't sustain any actual damage, but you do kind of stumble.
Elbow.
Yeah. Again, like I said, there are Goliaths in this crowd.
You get your bell rung.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
a little bit. But yeah, you kind of stumble into this alley, like out of the crowd, with that momentum, and nearly run directly into the back of Saga.
Sorry, excuse me, I just need to get past you, over there, He's like trying to like apologize and they keep booking.
What are you? Okay. I'm gonna just let him pass. I was trying to figure out a way, but no. she was just letting him pass.
Just too confused, just like what the fuck's happening.
Is anybody else opposing Angelus' passage? Going once, going twice.
I'm free.
Sorry, what was that?
Angelus leaves the game forever.
Angelus has bumped into the group, and is kind of. Oh, by the way, Arson, please do describe your character himself. Actually,
yes. So.
Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you, Henrik.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't hearing people for a second.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
I'm about to describe Angelus. So, Angelus is a like 6'1", like tall, lanky figure. It's a little hard to see like much of his frame due to like the big, heavy jacket that he's wearing, like fur lined and everything like that. With like a hood. He's got like a few like pouches, like that are you can probably see like through the just like the general shape. There's not much to see at the moment, but he has like a kind of like a soft chiseled face, like a spray of freckles across his like warm, like darker tan skin, and like honey amber eyes, slightly pointed ears that you can see from his hair that is currently tied up. Thank you, Astoria. That's what he looks like. He ain't much.
By the way, you all, I will say, have made it to the alleyway by this point, so everybody can move themselves to where Henrik is.
I don't have a token.
Did you not make a token out of all of this?
You didn't tell me to! I thought you had it!
No, why would I be making a token? Anyways.
Oh, no. 1 second. I'll make a token.
It's always the little things that get you.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been busy.
With everything you've done. Just the token
It's not
is the one thing you
super important at the moment.
So seeing this suddenly tall figure being here, I guess Henrik hands go to his sword just, are they here because they also saw this abduction? Or are they here because they saw us see the abduction and are now attempting to intervene against us?
I'll tell you right now, you don't need a high passive insight to see the pure panic on his face, and like he's obviously like trying to go where the body was taken. Like there's just pure like, oh god, I have to hurry, there's no time.
So again, seeing that Henrik would hand still on a sword, but now reorienting towards the alley as he begins to go down, just says, so you saw it too then?
Oh, you also saw, okay, yeah, I've already seen a dead body today. I don't really want to see, another one, so,
Well, stay calm and let's get moving.
How the fuck do you stay calm in this situation? And I'm just gonna, I'll keep moving though.
Gotcha.
Experience.
I don't have that.
Is everyone trailing Henrik into the alleyway, or is anybody hanging back?
It sounds like Angelus is the first down.
Yeah. Unless you're gonna trail Henrik, Angelus.
If Henrik hasn't moved in front of him, he's like trying to move. Like he's like, there's enough time kind of just like figuring this stuff out. So
Henrik will by all means let this stranger be bait for the rest of the group.
That's so understandable, haven't I say?
Henrik's motivations are per usual very reasonable.
Like I respect that. How can I not?
Alrighty, so you folks head down this kind of winding alley that peels off from the main square. And anyone who's looking around, give me an investigation check, please.
Oh wow, I sure can do that.
So good at that.
I'm
wait,
good
I'm
at that.
Oh, well.
Let's go.
I'm not advantage. I don't know why I did that.
All good? Anybody else rolling?
Oh, give me a second.
No worries.
I would say I assist somebody just because I'm not too good at actually looking for clues.
I can let you assist Saga, and Saga can have that 20.
That's so nice.
Okay.
I like to be a nice DM occasionally.
Thanks.
Phoenix, you're so scared of me for no reason.
I wouldn't say.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
gonna roll
Phoenix
to
has
see
a
what I
little
would have
bit of a
gotten,
reason.
but
Okay.
I am helping Saga. I just want to see
Gotcha.
what.
Mood.
Watch you roll
Yeah.
the only roll 20 we ever roll. The only natural 20 we ever roll in like this entire session. Or ever. Actually, you guys have probably rolled one before.
It can't be. I only get nat 20s in combat.
Alrighty. Henrik does do that a lot. Okay, so at the top of our investigation with Saga and Angelus, you two both see as you head down the hall or the alleyway the beginnings of it's like a drop or two, and you almost miss it against the already wet flagstones from the rain, and then it turns into a splash, into a spray, and you kind of like feel that sinking sensation in your stomach. Like this is not too much blood that someone would still be alive or would be definitely dead, but it's a decent amount of blood
It's
at that
concerning.
point. And you
feel
both
like
catch. Go ahead.
I feel like at least some of us would know how much blood is needed to be alive or dead.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not like this person's definitely dead, like at a glance blood pool type thing. But there are splatters and splashes, and they kind of bounce from side to side in the alley, like as if there is a struggle happening. Those of you who rolled up in the 20s would see that. Everyone else sees like the blood trail begin as it gets more obvious. And you folks end up rounding the corner, and practically tripping over another body. It is the fucked up uncanny thing about it is that it is still kind of twitching and moving. There are hands clasped around the stump of what was once a neck. This body is without a head, but it is still, I mean, it isn't dead. It's just lying in a growing pool of its own viscera. And beyond the head being missing, what strikes you is that it has also been torn open in an almost surgical way if it wasn't so rushed. Um, and anyone who wants to give it a closer look absolutely can, but all you can tell from this distance is that it is missing a head, and it is actively bleeding from its chest that has been like ribs cracked, peeled open.
Oh, this is a body, right? Sorry, I missed the first part.
Yes.
I will take a look.
Cool. Give me like a medicine check. Alston will assist you, so you have advantage.
While they're doing this, can I look around for its head?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I will assist as I more look for bloody footprints.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely. So first with Nadia. So you actually, for you, a 14 is enough. Nadia, you've worked with death. Like that is how you grew up. Death and bodies are a very commonplace thing to you. And you know that there are a certain amount of organs that are supposed to be in a body. This one does not have all of them. Its chest cavity has been ripped open, and appears to be missing at least a couple of organs. With a 14, you can't pin down exactly which ones. It's got lungs, heart are all still there, intestines, but potentially like stomach and kidneys are gone. And with a 9, Saga and Henrik, it's more of just there's a lot of blood in the alley in general, and it's hard to see if it goes in any specific direction.
DM, out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
Does this look similar to the body that I found in the alleyway earlier this morning?
The one that you found earlier before it was completely taken was also torn open and at some point missing its head, yes.
So similar, like torn chest and like missing head.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't stop to see if it was missing any organs, but yes,
Yeah.
it's the same MO of it is like autopsy style, cut and peeled open, and lying face up towards the if it still had a head, you would see the like looking up towards the sky. You can tell from the clothes that they're kind of like a dusty like workman's clothes. This was just a common man, probably on his way to or from work that got caught up in the riots.
Like I
And they
almost like
decapitated him?
Yes. There is nothing left of his head, and you can see the like rough workman's hands kind of patting at, like, confusedly almost, what remains and where, like, blood is spilling from
Oh no.
the cut stump of a neck. And those of you like Henrik who have any experience with seeing things like this, it was not a clean cut, it was a tear. Um, and it is not good to look at all.
Angelus is definitely like hand over his mouth, like trying to like shove down like vomit as he turns around. It's like,
Story of
oh,
ours.
Yep.
Can I you
A
say it's
perfectly
missing
reasonable thing.
you say it's missing a few organs?
Yes, it's missing, it looks like the main ones, like I said, heart, lungs, and intestines are still there, but there's like the chest cavity is a little empty for what it should be.
There should be at least 2 organs, I'm pretty sure.
These rioters are vicious.
Really fucked up.
Henrik will move up to the body and just grab their hand with one of his own and give a what he hopes will be something reassuring, like, you've been noticed, something is being done.
Yeah, you kind of catch the hand that is slick with lifeblood. You can tell the difference. It is a dark, kind of sticky, blood. And this is, as you get closer, you realize that this corpse's lungs are still functioning enough that it is, its vocal cords are gone, but you can hear the kind of unsettling bellows like wheeze of it trying to work its lungs still.
I was supposed to ask. Do we find its head? Did someone find its head?
No.
Their head?
No, it's been
Sorry,
taken along with the
No.
organs.
I lost track of the beginning. This is a humanoid.
This is a humanoid that
Yes.
was caught up in
Okay.
the riots.
Can I its heart's beating still and stuff?
No. It is just,
Heart
you can
is
see
gone.
like the strain, the lungs are being forcibly worked. This is like, that as long as, from what you can tell, as long as rigor mortis hasn't set in, they still have control over their body, to an extent.
I start taking notes.
Great.
I'm pointedly gonna be like facing away, kind of like probably like leaning on the alleyway, but I'm going to, I don't know if anybody's looking, but there's gonna be kind of like a ripple in the air, and suddenly like a cat heads and then body walks out onto my shoulders and then jumps down as I will go into trouble, and I'm gonna try to use the cat senses to get something of a lead.
Where are you sending him?
I mean, all I know is because this is similar to what I saw earlier this morning. He would, and he remembers the head looking up. He's just going to automatically look up because it was a dead end otherwise, and that was the only way out. So his logical is like it probably on the roof.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check through trouble. And I will give you an advantage if you give me more details on where you're sending him. Like, are you sending him to the roof? Are you sending him down the alley further? Because this is not the end of the alley. This alley does continue. The other one was a dead end.
Probably what I'll have trouble do is like run down the alleyway and like as he's going down, make his way upward, like finding like a trash can to hop on, and then like the fire escape and the like that kind of stuff on the way, but still making his way technically down the alleyway until he's on the roof to get a better viewpoint.
Yeah, I will give you advantage for that. That is a very thorough description. Go ahead and roll that investigation.
Hold on, I'm just trying to pull up the cat stats.
You can roll it with your investigation, not troubles, since you're looking through him. If you're just sending trouble on his own, then that would be his stats. But... Well, yikes.
We're off to a start.
Very fair. But yeah, so with that, a nat one is not going to hurt trouble at all, but he does kind of like you are his eyes. He's the one still moving. You kind of end up turning your head and he kind of falls off a trash can, hops back up onto the roofs. And at this point there is smoke roiling over the city. Even with the faint fall of rain, there is still a house fire happening like a few blocks down that has not been quelled because the city's guard is caught up in dealing with the riot. and that is obscuring your vision and troubles as well. And you can feel like through him, his eyes start to water as he kind of looks over the roofs, and there is nothing.
I feel like what happened is that Angelus is just way too fucking like he's like huh? Like still trying not to vomit, so he's like
Yeah.
not focused at all.
No.
And then like the smoke up there is like even just worse. He's like, okay, that's enough, and I'm just gonna pop out of trouble, snap my fingers and return trouble. And just fucking pop a squat so he can just fucking breathe, because he's like he feels the vomit. He's like, oh god. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
speaking of people who are feeling ill, Astoria, how are you doing?
Dying. She's new. She's now part of the deathlessness.
Ah. An interesting character choice, I see.
Yeah.
You're really breaking the mold with that one.
First the parents, now me.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so all we know thus far is Astoria has seen this, and I believe you said thrown up.
Yeah.
So you are recovering from that. Is Astoria doing anything else? Is she helping out with Henrik? Because Henrik is still, I believe, like what you said, on your knees or crouching down next to the body and holding a bloodied hand. And Henrik, this hand has gone from like slack in your hand to kind of like gripping at you, like kind of desperately. There's no words coming out of this corpse. It's dead. Like it has no vocal cords, no tongue, no mouth. But a bloody hand like comes up and like desperately like grabs at your the wrist of your jacket and is like leaving smears of blood as it like again desperate, like scrambling, like help me type of thing.
Yeah, Henrik is just squatting down next to the body, and just keeping a hold of their hand for as long as they can afford to. He's probably not particularly sick. Like, the combination of what's going on is probably new to him, but the individual parts are nothing he hasn't seen before.
Yeah, no, this is
Sure.
horrifying, but not to an extent where it's throwing you off.
Yeah. Just like, another one to keep me up at night. He can
Yeah.
join the rest.
Yeah, you've got the calculated kind of exterior of a triage nurse at this point. You've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Can I? We didn't. Okay. It's headless. I want to find the head.
You can go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Please, someone help me find the head. I'm really interested in this.
Is anybody fit enough to help Nadia?
Dogga is. She already was looking though.
Yeah, you can. I will allow you as time passes. You can. Well, you got the 20 anyways. Let's see. Nadia, this is another thing where, unlike Henrik's experience with death, you have had experience with death, and this allows you to be a little bit more level-headed, and you kind of like can clamp down on that focus and like, okay, this person's already dead. They're not going to get any more dead. Unfortunately, in this case, but something needs to be done, and you kind of crack down and realize that, there is from where the lifeblood has been pooling across the cobblestones and running between them, there is a splatter, like a trail of flecks, that you can catch and follow further down the alleyway, of drips of blood that lead away from the body.
Okay. I follow. I abandon the body for a second, and then I go find to that head. You said the lungs were working, right?
They are forcibly, like, think manual breathing. Like it is a very shallow, like you can see them in the open chest cavity, like flexing in like a very panicked staccato kind of like. It doesn't look correct, but you can tell that that's what's attempting to happen. And as you pass the body, you can hear like the wheeze of air coming out of a severed esophagus.
Yeah. No pulse, I'm assuming. Because you said the
No.
heart was moving.
You can fully see the heart, and it's completely still.
Okay. Anything else that's working in that body?
Other than the musculature at the moment, no.
Okay. I'm gonna go find that head.
All right. So Nadia takes off down the alleyway. Is anybody else following her?
I'm kind of between following her and checking on Angelus, who is still crouched down.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, Angelus and Astoria do not look like they're in super hot condition at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astoria is kind of like back to the body as well, trying to keep further down the alley. Yeah, you can for sure go check on him.
Yeah, I'll go check on Angelus.
Like, Angela's probably like just like, you can just hear him mumbling to himself as she's like taking like just breathing exercises.
Yeah. Hey, Angelus, go ahead and roll me a con save
Yep.
or a wisdom save as you take deep breaths of. You can smell the iron of the blood that is pooling across the ground.
I'll do a wisdom. I'm better at wisdom.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was
Just to keep your
terrified of
cool.
another natural one, dude. I was terrified. I was like, oh god.
That would have been funny.
No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have.
Not for
No,
you.
you can like taste it at this point, but you managed to keep a hold on yourself.
Yeah, so he kind of just like the breathing kind of like calms down. Just like, oh, this sucks. This is a terrible first day in Kavagon. Is terrible. Fuck, everything's is not great. Wow.
What?
What?
If this is your first day, why did you decide to walk straight into a riot?
Well, I didn't. I kind of essentially, I saw something very similar earlier this morning, and when I tried to go, sorry, fucking man, I just fucking DM'd me. That song is gonna read him Sonic porn to calm him down, and I'm so mad.
Awful.
That's not what
Get
I
out
said.
of here! I'm trying to be serious and roleplay here.
You cannot put minions DMs on blast like that.
Man, I was like, yeah, so
normal.
I saw something very similar to this earlier this morning, and I went to go find a guard, and I just thought that maybe I should go clarify with the guard to see if I should stay here for questioning or anything else of the sort. And then I just saw the riot, and they were just really getting really violent, and I tried to help, and then I just saw the person getting, grabbed, and so I panicked and just chased after them because I was like really hoping for the, for this not to happen again. Obviously that didn't work.
You know, for future reference, I think when you see a murder in a town and you see more and more murders, I think it's better to get out.
Yeah,
Especially
that is
with-
that is the plan. That is the plan now.
You don't want to end up like this guy, do you?
You just see him pale.
And Saga was not like Saga was
Right.
kind of like teasing you.
He take that completely seriously. He's like, oh god, you're right. I could actually end up like this. I could be headless. Oh my god, I could be dead. Why did I chase after this?
Well, given the fact that we are seeing, well, what Alston saw amongst the riot of that magic that isn't helping along, and then this, and you, stranger, saying you saw something else. I think
for
the cult
reference-
behind this is making its move.
Yeah, and bringing up also, he is also on the fringes. He looks very green in the face, as well. He's got a hand up on the wall. It's just like back to the body.
We shake hands.
Yeah, three people here just went no, which is completely understandable.
Angel will kind of like turn his head like just enough so he can see Henrik from the corner of his eyes. Like, my name is Angelus. Angelus Vodrin Garen. Nice to meet you.
Henrik.
Great. What'd you say about magic? Did you say that?
No, nerd.
What?
That was out of character.
Okay.
Wizard over there, and Henrik just kind of jets his chin out at Alston.
Yeah,
as
Alston,
his hands are still.
Also, what?
Alston like picks up a hand and waves, and he's not making eye contact. He's looking back at at the ground. He's just like, "Yep, I cast spells sometimes. That's a lot."
Well, said he saw some, I think, necromancy apparently filtering through the city.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the detect magic. It's everywhere.
Well, I have it as a ritual right now. wizard as well,
Hmm.
so not really helpful at the moment. I mean, I might as well just sit down and cast that if there's nothing else happening. So I'll just fucking like cross leg and just start. For this, I'll probably pull out my book, and cast it just like that.
Yeah. While you do that, we're gonna cut to Nadia, who's heading further down the alley, alone. Just took
I
off on
should
her
have
own.
gone. I should have left
Well,
Angela
you
to
made your
be
choice.
miserable and terrible. Oh well.
You chose the nerd.
Emotional support writer is here to help. And so Nadia, you head further down the alley. You can see it is almost like with a 20, you can see it's almost like it was wrapped up in something. Because you see only a handful of flecks of blood here and there, and you feel like you lose the trail a couple of times. And you end up coming upon further down the alley a storm drain. Like a graded drain where one of these canals terminates. Like there's water flowing over it, but the trail does not seem to continue after the grate or the one of the canals that runs water off of the edge of the cliff into the ocean. And they're like these 1 foot deep canals that run all over the city to catch runoff and like from rainstorms. And that seems to be where the trail stops around there-ish.
Okay, so fuck. Okay, how far am I away from the party?
You are like a couple blocks down the alley. You could probably shout loud enough to be heard, but you would also be heard by anyone else in the vicinity.
Okay, yeah, and I have to to pursue the head. I have to. It's the storm drain. I'm assuming. Something. Sorry.
Yes, which is the storm drain also drains out from under the canal, and is kind of like set down. You know that there is a system underneath those, and the canal flows over it.
Oh fuck. So it drains to the canal. So the head's.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Okay. Just a quick peek in the drain. It's not just obviously like sitting there. It's probably washed away.
The drain itself, or like the head itself?
The head.
Oh yeah, if you take a look down the drain, like through the water, through the grates of the drain, there is like it is dark underneath. You're trying to look from the daylight into a lightless place. It's just black.
Can I tell there's running water?
Yep. Again, the water runs over the grate.
Water runs over the grate, yeah.
Anyone who knows it's a separate system, but you can access it through the canals. There is like it's just a small spell that seals off the water from the actual underneath, but you would have to go through the canal to get down in.
Okay, I returned back to the party and I'm like, well, we lost the head.
I wonder if it's in the game. Sorry. That's awful.
Well, we lost the head. That's a kind of a bummer. What else can I do? Lungs still. Any other organs? Just the lungs?
The lungs are the only ones moving as if they're still working.
I really want to open the body up more.
You can. I'm not gonna stop you.
No, but the social repercussions within this party will.
And also, anyone who is kind of level-headed at the moment, so nobody who's being sick, it does start to dawn on you. You are crouched in an alley with a mutilated body, and there are the city is currently crawling with guards.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna snitch on us?
There is no way that head will naturally.
Not with the blood trail you saw. If it rolled naturally, there would have been more of a kind of like messy spiral of viscera as it went. This was obviously wrapped in something and carried.
Yeah. It's like one of your books, Saga. Okay. Well, there's not much else we can do, given that any healing process that could be potentially done would probably require a head, and we've seemed to fumble that big in terms of the head's not anywhere near here, and it's probably in the canal. I don't know. Is there anything else we can do, Henrik? There's only 2 people who are not freaking out right now, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Saga's pretty okay, but
Saga's
Henrik and
alright.
Nadia are the
I'm
most.
counting Saga. I'm not counting myself, so I'm counting Saga.
Ah,
I don't think there's anything else we can do. I don't think we should touch the body, or we should take the body.
You said there was a storm drain, right?
Yes, but it would. The head was definitely did not naturally fall into the drain. It would definitely there's most likely someone took the head through the drain. So did someone say they saw a body like this earlier? I've not been paying attention.
It was Angelus. Angelus is currently casting a spell on the floor.
This is in character.
Oh, it was in character. My bad. Would I still be able to respond while casting Detect Magic ritually?
yes. Everything's kind of like hearing through like a thin layer of water, but yeah.
I saw something similar earlier.
Same thing. Decapitated.
Wasn't decapitated when my cat got there. Looking up at the roofs, it was a dead end. When I got there, well, something killed my cat, I would like to say. Then I got there, the head was missing, I ran out, got a guard, came back, the body was gone. And there was that incision in the chest as well.
Right, so somebody's killing people, but they know that the deathlessness is still around, so...
Well, I mean, we were originally here in Kavagon tracking possible cultist. I think we found it. And Henrik has spent a lot of time in the city. He's been involved with the guard.
Mm-hmm.
What does he know about the sewers? Are they big enough for people to move through?
For maintenance reasons, they have to be. But Kavagon has a pretty ornate sewer system, to put it, I guess, in a certain way. And you know that the canals run like over the city, like visibly a few inches deep. They're just to collect rainwater when there's rain, and ousted off the cliff. But wastewater is below the city and is actually dealt with. And the entrances to these, like the actual sewers, would be in the canals, so they're easily accessible from the, and you can find one easily by tracking a canal. But yes, definitely big enough for people to move around in. But labyrinthine, if you are not a person who does work in the sewers, you would need a map or an experienced guide. It would be easy to get out, but you could get very lost in a weird part of town, or have no idea where you're going. Just hard to navigate.
And are there places, not looking for any specific ones, but does Henrik have any knowledge of the existence of areas that are large enough for groups of people to gather?
Go ahead and roll me just a history.
Come on, -1.
10. You know that with that there would be some reservoirs that would be larger areas for storage before things could be processed. But containers, places for runoff. But you wouldn't know the locations of any of them. You know that theoretically they exist under the city somewhere.
Alright, so... Well, Nadia, thanks to you, I think we know where to go looking.
Well, that's not really a bad thing. I need to know. Can I do another medicine check to see what words were taken?
Yeah, for sure.
I need it.
Are you actually rooting through the body? Because at a glance, no. You will have to actually hands-on sift around.
Do it.
I'm gonna look at the party. Am I allowed to do this? Is everyone cool with me doing this?
Me, out of character, I want you to do this so fucking bad.
Angelus is mid-casting a spell, like eyes closed, probably will not see anything.
I don't know you. You don't get
Cool.
I don't get
I
what
don't have rights.
You don't get a vote.
Nadia, please take inspiration for fucking honesty.
We don't get a
I
vote. I
don't
don't
get
know you.
No, don't care.
rights.
Honesty does things. Honesty matters.
I don't know you, so your ethical dilemma does not concern me. I'm talking about
That's
the
not
other
ours.
three.
I don't know you.
That's so valid, though. I respect that.
I'm assuming Saga's cool with this.
Saga's cool with it.
I'm mainly asking Henrik because
Henrik's opinion matters the most.
he's a darker me.
Are you gonna
Go
shun them
ahead,
from the
Nadia.
group like Astoria?
Okay, I open the body up a little bit more to see what organs were taken.
All right, go ahead and roll me another medicine check at advantage.
Not like this body's gonna be able to get him back if
Can
we
I?
don't chat.
Can I
Man,
guidance myself?
this poor man probably feels the hands, like, rooting through his body.
With a 23, I was actually about to go into that. 26, make it a 26. So, Nadia, your experience with corpses is usually that they don't move when you put your hands in them. This one, full body flinches, and you feel the constriction of like muscle around your hands. And Henrik, you feel like these both hands that have been desperately clawing you like grab on and like grip in a panic. But with a 26, you do realize it is kidney and liver are missing. It seems to be both kidneys. This is a human man. He's got human anatomy. Everything else seems to be there, but very haphazardly pushed aside to find what they were looking for. Which it does appear like he's already been, to put it very bluntly, rifled through like a fucking purse. But you do see like the places where those things should be. While you feel like both kind of legs kind of like scuff against the ground, because this thing very much still has sensation.
The image I sent with Nadia covered in blood is coming true right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You're not the
Um,
only one.
I'm like, I'm gonna go through. I'm like, okay. It looks like I think it's the kidney and there's no liver there. So those are probably stolen. Any chance we're just dealing with a guy who desperately needs an organ donor? I was probably a fucking cult member.
What's
Astoria
everybody's
Saga.
while Nadia is elbow deep in a body?
I'm assuming that I don't count.
No, you are mid-cast.
I tried.
Passive perception?
Passive perception.
Do I count?
Passive 15.
No, you are actively doing something. So that would leave Saga and Astoria. What are your guys' passives?
My passive is 13.
Oh,
All right. So, Henrik, you are the first to notice the regimented boot falls of a guard. And as this person like clutches desperately at you, you see like the shadow fall across the alley of one of the Rams guard, who is standing at the end of the alley looking directly at your group. And you can only kind of watch as he turns his head and barks for another handful of guards. What is everybody doing?
It's not time to kill him.
Can I?
Oh.
Is there time to
Oh.
kill him before he yells?
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Okay. No. Everybody shut up. Saga, please, I want to hear you out. How are you going to take out a 6-foot-tall, heavily armored, like, juggernaut? This is the Rams Guard. This is a man in full riot SWAT gear, standing at the end of the alley.
Well, I'm
Really
6'3", so I'm bigger than him, and I'm a barbarian.
You're not, actually. This man is a full Goliath.
Oh,
Wait, what? How tall did you say he was?
I don't think I gave a height. He's massive. I think he's around,
Oh,
I'd
I
say,
thought you said he was 6'1", and I was like,
no.
that's me.
No,
I'm 6'1".
fucking huge. No, the Rams Guard are majority Goliath and Dragonborn. And they're fucking huge. This one specifically is about 7 to 8 feet tall.
pretty big. 7 to 8 feet.
I also
That's
feel
just like
compelled to add that if you randomly attack a guard, Henrik will feel compelled to assist the guard.
No!
okay.
Hey, Cam!
Yeah. Henrik's a narc, guys. You gotta remember this.
Henrik's
I
not-
forgot about that.
Henrik's a
I'll
traitor.
have to. I
Traitor.
think that okay. Saga would remember that Henrik was a guard. I'll save this for another city.
Okay.
Yeah, this is also
Well,
like this is
Henrik,
where the world's best guards come from. So fucking with mine may not be the most intelligent idea.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah, so next
absolutely
time.
catch a case as well, but because we killed a guard.
Yes.
Right now we can
so
talk our way out of it, maybe.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm
Uh,
good at that too.
well, hold on. So Henrik was a trainer. Does he have like any specific like from his time then? Like an ID code or something, or like
You would, but you know that this is not a situation. The guard in Kavagon is not the police force in real life. Murder's murder. And they could very well know who you are. This could be someone that you train personally. This could be top of your class. You can't tell. He is well armored. There's no inkling of a face. There's no inkling of him stopping as he begins to head down the alley towards you all. You either run or you get booked.
So how's my detect
Mhm.
magic going?
At this point, your detect magic is just about finished. You've got a couple more seconds of casting.
Oh god.
I'm about ready to throw probably Nadia over my shoulder and run.
Nadia is still, as far as I recall, elbow deep in corpse.
I am
Yeah, I'll
elbow deep in
yank
corpse.
her out. We'll take a little bit with us.
Gross.
So I'm also gonna disentangle myself from the still moving corpse. I'm gonna pull this other wizard out of his spell, and I'm gonna yell, "Get to the sewers! The cult is in the sewers!" Both to the group and to the cop that's chasing us as we book it, because it's like, there. This is planned. Something is going on. We don't have time to book it. If I'm identified, I've already told an old friend last session about, hey, we're trying to track down a cult.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
All
and
right.
he can probably imagine, like, oh shit, stuff is going on. If it gets to him, it might not, but
Who knows? Is everybody running?
I'm picking up Nadia.
All right, Astoria, are you heading with the
Fireman
group?
carry over the
We are-
shoulder.
Yeah, I
We are
guess she'll
running from the
follow them.
police.
Yeah.
It's probably not the
So-
first time for some
For
of
the
us.
second
Alright,
time.
what's your strength?
Okay, I'm gonna need a dex check from everybody.
I would like to ask, did I finish casting detect magic before Henrik yanked me out?
You did. As you are opening your eyes, you get yanked up by Henrik, and you see a malaise of this sickly green, like wisps. You've seen the way that detect magic usually presents itself is a sorry, words is
got it.
a bright light coming from the source. This is a like fading like smoke, the green of necromancy, that crawls across the city. You can see it like just across the ground, dripping down the houses. And there's no defined source, and it all looks like residue. right, I'm gonna roll
Also, is it a
also.
dexterity check or save? Because
Check.
okay. Henrik rolled the wrong one.
Saga, how strong are you?
Ooh.
He's pretty strong.
Victory!
I
I'd say
imagine
that makes up for 2 nat ones earlier.
Yeah, I didn't feel like
I do weigh like. You need to know I do weigh like right now like 300 pounds.
You
All
can
right.
live that.
Also, no, that's not how important rolls. Never mind.
With a 22, Angels, are you assisting Henrik since he pulled you up at all?
Yeah, no, I'm like, oh god.
Okay.
Just
That'll balance it out. Group wise, all right, let's see. Is anybody giving Astoria a hand at all? I
Oh.
clicked the wrong sheet. Hold on, here's the
Damn,
range
these
card.
bitches
I don't
want me
think
to
I
die.
can. No, I don't think I can. I would grab Astoria, but I already have
I
Nadia.
Gotcha.
Oh,
can get off.
oh,
I can get off.
I can do
How
something. I
fast
can
are
do
you
something. Hold
moving?
on.
Mhm.
As I'm just reading through this. I can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature you can see with these things.
Yeah, your portent
Um,
dice. You can use
Oh
those.
shit! Never mind. You must do so before the roll. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
I'm so sorry,
Um,
Astoria.
Well, the Ramsguard rolled an 8. But you do hear these heavy boot falls and the clattering of heavy armor following you. You manage to evade his initial like lunge at you. Even Alston kind of ducks out of the way and sprints after you guys. However, I'm going to need another flight of dexterity rolls as you guys come to the grate that Nadia recognizes, and are going to have to go through the canal down into the sewers, and are going to need to do so quickly.
Get
Astoria is doing good.
Damn.
Go ahead. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna use a portent roll, but I guess I don't have to anymore.
You still need to roll if you still nat one.
I will get off.
I have to do it before I roll, but I
Gotcha.
have confidence.
All right.
No, I shouldn't.
Confidence fucked you over.
2 questions.
The minute
Dexterity.
confidence,
Sorry,
the
let me
minute
ask
you
this.
die.
Is this one a check or save? And did we cast a lot of spells last session?
I don't believe we did, and you guys would be in a situation where you are fully rested. Dex check, not save in this case. But I will let the Dex save for you roll, Henrik. That's fine.
Oh, my bad. I have to say anyways.
Yeah, no worries. I figured. All right, 12 for Nadia. Do we have a check for Saga? I'm gonna do Alston's again. Do. Alston is nimble. He's small.
Little guy.
A little dude. We're still waiting on Sagas.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Saga's Dex check.
Sorry.
No worries. $11, okay. And the
I've been doing
Ramsguard.
super good.
Oof, yikes.
Oh no.
I forgot to click off of Alston. Sorry, that's the
No,
Ramsguard.
Also, you narc.
Alston's the narc. Alston gets real big real fast from being just a little guy. So you folks do manage to, it is like Henrik kind of leading the pack. Like you manage to wrench the grate off of this, like through the water, and like kind of usher your fellow party through down into like a ladder, down into the sewers. With that, are you guys pulling the grate close after you?
I feel like that would be a good idea.
I would like
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
And
I agree.
I'm gonna also yell at the card as I do. Get into the sewers. There's a cult at work. Have some people look for damn magic. It's obvious that it's happening.
Gotcha. With how low the guard rolled, you guys are climbing into the this alleyway kind of winds, so you get out of his line of sight as you kind of get into this grate. And with the last person through, the gate slams closed. And you folks are standing in Kavagon's sewers. This grate, even though it is has grates in it, does not let the water from above through. But it is dark down here. If you don't have dark vision, you're kind of fucked. You can see the lights passing through the grate, but that's about it.
Well,
it is dark and it smells pretty much exactly as you would expect it to smell.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
I don't.
That's okay.
I don't know if Alston does.
I'll share dark vision with everybody.
Alrighty.
God bless.
Extra dark.
Oh no. Right. Alston also has it.
You have not. Yeah, everyone has 300 feet of dark vision.
That's hot.
Yeah. In Shades of Grey, you all see kind of like the arched brick design of Kavagon's sewers, all carved out of like gray stone. Down the middle runs like a track where the city sewage runs. Like I said, it smells like you would expect it to smell. And it's quiet down here.
What
compared to the riots?
I still have a detect magic up.
Yep. The smog of necromancy is stronger down here, but it's still all residual.
It doesn't seem to be coming from one direction or not.
Hmm?
Does it seem to be coming from a specific direction?
No, it is alarmingly omnipresent.
And I don't see anything else except for this kind of like eerie fog.
No bright flashes that you would recognize.
There's nothing really new with magic wise, just that smog, I think, that your friend was talking about earlier. Dark vision is all like all the time. It's clear.
What do you? Oh no, I was mimicking your accent. What do you normally see?
Dark. I don't have dark vision or anything of the sort.
Mm.
I have spells to cast it, but that's a lot to have. Ooh, music.
You said, mighty GM, that it was quieter here in the sewers.
Yes, there's kind of a sound dampening as you get below ground. It is cool down here. Slightly damp like it is upstairs or up above ground. But the sound of the riots is kind of faint from here, is muffled through layers of stone.
Okay. But since I currently have dark vision, which is weird, but taken in stride, there's business to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hear anything that seems to be coming from within the sewers? Like a general direction to be moving in?
Go ahead and give me like an investigation check to see if you folks can find like a trail like Nadia found.
Who am I helping?
It's up to you guys.
What are we rolling?
Investigation.
Seeing which direction to head in.
I have a +6 for investigation if you want to help me.
You should definitely do that.
Yeah, this kind of arched, segmented portion of sewers is branches off it as a T-junction that you are kind of in the middle of. You have 3 pathways you could go down.
21.
At the moment, it does not look crazy, but with Henrik helping Angelus, you do see another like couple flecks of blood of presumably what was being carried down here.
I see blood, so I'm assuming it's that way.
Yeah, it branches off to your left.
I'll kind of like gesture that way, but I'm not as brave this time, so I don't want to go forward.
I'll go.
Yeah, you're clearly using magic.
I could also
Do I see any weapons on this person?
No. Oh, well, no. Hold on. You see a single quarterstaff on my back.
Long stick, which could very well be a walking stick.
Yep.
Or those things can be dangerous.
Yep, in the right hands. Usually monks.
How well can you use that thing on your back?
I mean, I know how to use it. Definitely can give some bruises, but I'm a bit more adept and comfortable with using magic. I was gonna say that I could send Trouble down first. He's a little bit smaller. Probably can see a bit better, but I won't be able to see very well then.
Alright. Well, as long as somebody sticks with you, we can follow your cat down to the sewers.
He kind of does a little thumbs up, and the same thing, kind of like a ripple in the air over his shoulder as the cat like slinks through and does like a big stretch before hopping down. Is anyone comfortable with me grabbing onto you to use you as like kind of like a guiding animal thing?
You could do me.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah. Henrik looks down at himself, probably covered in blood from that moving corpse.
Yeah.
And categorizes Angelus's reaction to seeing the body and going, probably not a good idea.
Saga definitely has blood somewhere like on the back of her. Yeah, I know. I thought about that exactly as I said it.
Speaking of the
But
blood,
Saga probably has some like over the back of her shoulder.
oh god, he
just,
kind of
like,
like
picking
reaches
up.
out to grab it. He's like, oh, and I'm just gonna quickly cast presentation on all 3 bloody people. You're all cleaned up.
Oh no, I got something for this. I take out my cleansing stone. The,
Um,
the 1 meter diameter fucking orb that I got accidentally fucking cleans me.
I could just do it in one quick
No,
thing.
I had this for a
He's already
reason.
pulling it out of her bag.
I've lugged this thousands of kilometers for a reason.
Okay, I'll let you do that then. But Henrik and Saga are now clean. And I'll also do a story just in case there's any like vomit. But I'll grab onto Saga and I'll put all my senses into Trouble and I'll start patting down the trail of blood.
Yeah, Trouble kind of winds his way down the sewers, and is the group trailing him at a distance, or are you just kind of waiting?
I thought we were gonna be, like, the intention was to trail at a distance, but we can also wait, but I can only do 100 feet, if we wait.
Yeah, I think we should trail at a distance.
Okay.
Henrik will take point.
All right, yeah, you guys trail the cat as he kind of disappears down the sewer. You can still see him to an extent, but the trail does kind of wind off behind a few different turns, and kind of into, like, it just keeps going.
Am
like,
I rolling
you guys
an investigation?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an
I'm
investigation
just
as
gonna
you
give
guys
myself a
continue
14 because I don't trust myself after those 2 natural ones. So that's a dirty 20.
Okay, a dirty 20. Alrighty. Yeah, you still manage to follow the trail. It keeps going. The drips start to space out a bit, and it looks like either the blood started to stop or they rewrapped it. And the blood droplets that were like every few feet are now every like 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
And it is just, it's dark, it's cold down here. You can hear like occasional cries from people above you. You're still under the main area of Kavagan, and you are still, like, at the moment, alone.
Okay.
And if you're going to continue following the trail, I'm going to need one more roll from you.
Okay. God, please. Trouble, don't fail me now. That's average.
12? Average, but not enough. After a good while of walking, I'd say probably 10, 15 minutes, it goes cold. For a good 100 feet, there's just nothing. No blood trail, no footprints. The floor here is stone, so there's no way to keep footprints. And you are kind of just here. The sewer goes for another about 50 feet and then branches off again in 3 other directions.
I can't. So cats get a keen smell, advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. Am I able to try to use that to smell the blood?
You can. However, the downside is you are in a sewer.
Yeah.
And that I would usually give disadvantage for anything related to smell, so
Okay.
even out to just standard.
Okay. That would be.
But you are welcome to definitely give it a shot.
That would be. I'm just gonna roll a d20 plus 3.
Gotcha.
18.
18. He gets another about 50 feet and points you down one of the other 3 junctions, but that's beyond that. He also can't get much more than that.
Okay. I'll kind of like summon Trouble back onto my shoulder, give him a little scratch, before looking over the group. This is really as far as I was able to find anything. We got that vague direction, but it also could be incorrect. It's a little, smelly down here.
Oh, wise and mighty GM. I have a vague direction, and presumably we're close by the fact the trail has gone cold, or at least that's what Henrik hopes. Did I lead any training exercises in the sewers that might have identified key areas or notable features that might
Honestly,
be.
probably not. You led more general training. This would have been specialized. You may have known other professors that did such a thing, but that wouldn't have been your area.
Figured. But all right, so we have a vague direction. With spellcasters, do you have anything?
Sorry, for what?
Does anybody have anything? Like,
For what?
did somebody perchance ready locate creature?
I don't think we have located creature at this low level.
At the moment, no.
No, we don't.
At the close one would be locate object, but even then, I don't know if that was something that we get yet.
As you guys are standing around, I need somebody to make me a luck check, please.
I don't trust myself, so don't look at me.
Or we can make it spicy and have somebody do the fate roll of the session,
Ooh.
which is a D100.
Wait, we have to make Noel do it because Noel just started.
Oh yeah, Noel, you're new. Why don't you roll me a D100?
Oh no, this is gonna go
That's what you guys did for me.
See, now we can blame the new person for any problems.
Oh,
we have.
don't! I'll cry.
I think this is a good idea.
Blame the new person.
Alrighty, so you folks are standing
It's
around
ritual
trying
to
to
make
figure out
new
what
people
to do
cry.
next. Henrik
I love
wrapped
to
his
make people
brain
cry.
for anything that may be helpful to track further in the sewers. And you hear echoing down the hallways boot falls of armored guards.
Oh fuck!
What are we doing?
Not again.
Henrik literally told them to go down the sewers.
That is true.
God
Yeah, I
damn
don't
it.
know why. Silly Henrik.
Yes, because we shouldn't be the only ones hunting the cult.
Yeah, but we're currently actively being chased by them.
Yes, and if we find them, we'll have reinforcements.
I think they're more. They might be looking for us as the murderers, perhaps.
I think I'd agree with that.
Okay.
I just
So,
like to
Trail's gone
remind that
cold.
one of your fellow members was hands deep in a body.
Yeah, we probably should have thought about that. But you know what? It was funny.
That's your sense
That's
of
what
humor.
really matters.
All the party members turn their heads towards Saga. What?
No, literally, I'm looking at you, very concerned.
Whoa. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, not the hands deep in a body thing, but like the being found hands deep in a body thing.
You have
You've never been hands deep
That
in a
could be
body?
taken multiple ways.
I dealt with
That's
worse.
more like
Okay.
it's funny.
You've dealt.
We
Sorry.
have vague direction. Let's just keep moving.
Alrighty.
And
Go ahead, Henrik.
yeah, no, I don't have anything that can help.
I was just gonna say, as we're kind of like starting to walk down, Andros is just gonna push up a sleeve and just trace his hand, and cast Mage Armor on myself, because I'm nervous. Okay. Yeah. First spell slot of the session. Wow.
Of the game. Oh, wait, it's
Wow.
not. Yeah, it's the game.
What?
First spell slot of the game for.
Oh.
I know.
I was gonna say, you guys have been playing for like a year.
No
we've never
spells have been
cast a
cast
spell.
until this
I,
moment.
as a bard, have never once used a spell in my life.
Not even a wizard.
No bardic inspiration, nothing. It's
Oh my god.
Well,
nothing.
technically the wizard cast a spell, but he just yelled, "I cast fist" a lot.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
I want to cast Fist.
Alrighty,
Hey, yo.
everybody.
That
So-
can be arranged.
If you
Yo.
folks are going to be heading down, I am going to need more dex checks to see if you guys manage to outpace the guards and see if you can kind of outmaneuver them.
I don't think I outpaced them, guys.
Oh god.
Wow, Phoenix, you have
Oh,
such low
God.
decks.
Wow.
Yeah,
The two
it's a
casters
plus-
trip in the muck.
listen, it's a +1. My
Ooh.
wisdom and my
Wow,
charisma are the
yes.
highest.
All of
Uh-oh.
the casters trip in the muck.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's sipping.
Hey, we don't have to talk about this.
Oh no.
Uh-oh,
We're
let's see
fucked.
how
Natural
Alston
one.
does.
Oh, Alston.
Nat
No.
1, Nat 1.
No.
20.
I'm
okay.
not a dex barb.
I'm
So,
too busy writing my journal.
Yeah, Henrik,
I'm
you
wisdom
and
charisma.
you have Alston kind of at your heels, but you do actually hear the handful of these people. It's Saga first, and then by extension Angelus, because he's holding on to her shoulder.
Well, not anymore. I'm out of trouble. So
Out
I
of trouble.
can-
Okay.
yeah.
It is Saga who drips first, and then the rest of them kind of go down, and you hear boot falls about to round the corner. And from what you know of the guards, you know this is a larger group. There's at least, I'd say at least 5, with how the shouts and footfalls are echoing off of the hallway and the walls. You and Alston are still fit to run, but the rest of the group is probably not. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get in between the people who fell down and the coming guards. And I will attempt to talk this out, but now we are so close to the cult, or at least something associated with it, that he is not willing to kill these guards, but he is willing to fight it out.
Thank God.
And he's just gonna look at everybody and don't kill anyone if it comes to a fight.
I would rather not do that
Yo,
anyways.
that guy has horns on his armor. I also have horns. You know, it could look pretty good.
As you folks, as Henrik steps up, and also kind of like, and hangs behind, the group rounds the corner, and Henrik, you see 4 Ramsguard heading a group of 7 other standard guard. And they do not run for you like they are going to harm you, but you see shackles and blunt weapons.
Hey guys, I think we might be fucked.
Yeah.
I think
And
so. I think we're gonna be okay.
the guard leading points at you, and there is no room for real argument in his tone. Yield and come peacefully or you'll be exterminated.
Exterminated.
They
This
don't need you
feels-
alive for questioning.
Oh no. Oh no.
And Henrik, you know this.
Okay, well, with 11 guards, not.
I don't know if we'll beat them all.
Wait, so hold on.
Right.
11 guards in a tight quarter.
It is there are 2 Ramsguard in the front. One is actively standing in the shallow canal to block off your passage. But there's no getting past this group. And you can hear faintly other boot falls moving around the sewers, and they're probably going to surround you.
Has the rest of the group, at the very least, stood up at this point?
They would have had time to stand up.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm able to run. I'd rather run.
I'm gonna need a quick
I feel
decision.
like
from
running
everybody.
would just make this
Yeah.
worse for all of us.
Yeah, run.
Sure,
Listen,
let's run.
right now it feels like run or fight. I'm a bit more confident with running.
We're like run or die.
More
I-
like fight or die.
I will say they offered surrender. They're not holding swords, they're holding shackles.
I don't think they're going to kill us. I think they're just going to ask us what the hell we were doing, hands deep in a body.
Well,
But even with
that's
the
fair.
riots, they weren't killing people.
No.
That's true.
There was
I
force
think I'll
being
take my
used, but people
chances.
weren't dying.
Yeah.
Do these guards look like they have torches or something to see in the dark? How do you see in the dark?
They are not carrying torches, but they seem to see perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, we got people into the sewers, which was Henrik's goal.
Mhm.
But will
I
they
can-
keep up the
As you
search
folks
if
are talking, you can hear another group of guards scattered around, moving closer behind you. You got to make a decision.
well, yeah, this was just me explaining Henrik's thought process
Yeah,
of
yeah.
so I want to roll a dice, but that seems like a cop out.
Do it.
Gloria has made a decision.
Yep. Alston's got his hands up at this point.
Yeah.
Fine.
We're getting arrested.
Yeah.
I'm following
Yeah.
after the group. I'm not making any decisions.
I'm down if Nadia wants to.
Oh my god.
If we run, do you think they're gonna kill us? I'm also like, to be
Probably.
fair, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
caught. I have a -2 dexterity.
Yeah.
They've made it pretty clear
Kinda.
that if you don't surrender, the intent is to kill.
You are attempting to slosh through like knee-deep sewage, so
Yeah, let's
There are
just
like
try.
Yeah,
walkways
let's
on the
just
sides, but
surrender.
yeah, it's not going to
Yeah.
be. It's a tight squeeze, and you don't know the area, but they do.
I'll raise my
Yeah.
hands up.
Yeah, Henrik yields.
All right, is anybody protesting?
No, I'll yield.
Not
Oh.
audibly.
Actually, real quick before we do yield, just to satisfy my paranoia, these do look like actual guards. This isn't some kind of illusion or disguise.
Go ahead and roll me just like an insight, Henrik.
You know what? That's a good idea.
I'm gonna be honest, even if it is a disguise, there's 11 people.
With a
We're
with a
fucked.
20, yes, these are Ram's Guard. This is not armor that can be easily gotten a hold of. It can't be easily replicated. The city guards could be easier to impersonate, but they carry themselves like Ram's Guard. You've trained some Ram's Guard yourselves. These are the best of the best, and they're not fucking around.
not to mention the guy in the water is displacing sewage, which an illusion would not do.
Yes.
All right,
Unless the
Yeah.
water was an illusion too. No.
paranoia satisfied.
Yeah.
Let's go to
you all,
jail.
Woohoo!
Submit to being shackled. It is not a gentle process.
God damn it.
Henrik, they are a little bit more careful with you because you are older. It doesn't seem like any of them have that recognition that some of the guards have had in the past, or if they do, they are incredibly well trained and they're doing their job, which is almost sparks a little bit of pride, because if they know you, it's not changing their determination to do what they're meant to do. And you are like pushed against the wall, shackled behind your back. You notice that the shackles have, any who is paying attention, they have runes scribed across them, which is not explained at all. Is Trouble still out?
Yeah, he's on my shoulder.
You hear a yelp as Trouble is grabbed by the scruff and put into a bag.
Please be gentle. He's fragile.
There is just a disgruntled cat noises and one of the smaller guard holding a bag with a writhing cat inside of it. But you are all like pinned, cuffed, and led out of the sewers. Henrik, you know that this is absolutely routine, and you don't have to roll for it. You are wildly familiar with these cuffs. No casting. They've been designed specifically for that. This is a high magic setting. They've taken precautions. And they are heavy iron. So anyone here, if you have anything Fey related, they will start to itch. But this is... You are brought up from the sewers at an access point that actually has stairs and a door.
Thank God.
And led through the city by a heavy escort of this guard. Being that you've cleaned the blood off of your clothing, you do not get as many stares aside from like the passing person glancing at you as you are led towards where you know like the city jail essentially to be. As you do, Henrik, you kind of keeping an eye out, do see other guards moving towards the center of the city. Those of you who are paying attention can kind of catch the wisps of smoke above the rooftops. But you are led into a squat, heavy stone building that is also absolutely covered in carvings and runes, outside and in, past less armored guards, and into a shockingly full jail. This is not your corner like police precinct where there's 3 cells and you can see everyone. Like, this is a proper jail. And you can all, if you are interested, roll an insight check as you are led through the building.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Saga and Henrik. Henrik, this fits for you as well. This is just the standard jail. Like, this is where actual prisoners are kept deeper in the city, like actually underground. This is essentially runoff. They don't have space in the smaller jails around the city. And a lot of people here are common people that they are keeping until they are subdued. But you are led past the open air cells and down another flight of stairs to a series of solo cells. Not solitary confinement. They are still barred. You can still kind of see across the hall at each other. But you are each shunted away into your own space. The shackles are removed. And yes, Angelus, the cat, is put into the cell with you. But
No, the cat
the
gets
bag
its
is not
own-
removed. The cat kind of just gets not tossed but set unceremoniously before the cell door is slammed shut.
Can you imagine the cat getting his own cell?
The cat gets his own cell. Yeah, they've got a kennel actually.
It's a much there's like it has the same spot like in all the walls, but it's just a much smaller door. Much smaller cell.
No. Let him out. But yeah,
Humanoid.
I'll take out my cat.
Yeah, Saga, or not Saga. Trouble is ruffled and uncomfortable, but in one piece. And with another clatter of boots, the guard is gone. What is everybody doing? You are unbound, but you are jailed. Your cell.
Could I?
Weaponless?
Not the worst jail cells.
I'm assuming that we can't cast magic because of the runes that's out around the
Are
building.
you trying?
I'll try to do prestidigitation or something very simple.
Prestidigitation. What are you trying to do with it?
Clean up trouble. Because you know what, we're also covered in sludge, so I'll clean myself up.
Yep, that works fine.
Are we weaponless?
Any visible weapons were taken. Yes. It doesn't look like component pouches were taken, but Henrik's, like, your swords and whatnot were taken from you.
We're not armorless, are we?
What was that?
We're not armorless, are we?
You are not armorless, no. But you are, like I said, any visible weapons have been stripped.
No more stick.
Yeah, generally, what they're blah 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 blah. I can speak English, I promise. Generally, there would be a more thorough process of divesting people of their stuff, right?
Yes. Usually you would be completely stripped of weapons and armor. This is cursory. They are getting you put away. And Henrik, since you pinged on that, this is something you would know. They're rushed. They have other shit to be doing. You couldn't be left to get away. But now that you are secure, that's something they will either do later or like they have other plans for you.
As
Oh,
a
God.
note, many guards are also likely needed to quell the riot that is still actively happening.
Exactly.
Yeah. I start reading my book.
You do still have your things. Angelus, you notice they didn't take any spell components. Nadia, no spell focuses were taken.
Not my book,
which does strike you as strange.
They even take my book?
No.
No, I still have your books. If they took your book, I would have protested. I start reading House of Night.
Is anybody doing anything? There are other people in other cells. They, from what you can see, no one really appears to be
Wait,
a new arrival, unlike you.
there's other cells that are. Can we talk to them?
You can certainly give it a shot. There are guards in this hallway. You are not left unattended.
Yeah, I want to talk to one of the other people.
Yeah, around you, go ahead and give me just like a perception check. To see if anyone specifically stands out. With a 20, most of these people have been properly processed. You are in proper cells. They're up above, there were like holding cells with many like plainclothes civilians around. These are people who are actually in jail. And around you, like, there are a handful of people, most of whom are not really looking at you. But there is a man kind of slumped down next, like, in the cell next to yours, in the far corner away from you, who does kind of have, like, is curled in on himself in a way that, like, people are standing and wandering around, and there is a various, like, different things, like fucking with the bars or, like, you know, rattling at things. This guy is just quietly sitting in the corner.
Let me go talk to him. I'm gonna go, hey, what are you in here for?
He doesn't lift his head, but you see the swivel of his eyes. Like, his eyes are catching the light under the hood he's wearing. And you see, like, this kind of wrinkle of his nose. What's it to you?
I'm just curious.
And he kind of, like, bobbles his head to the side. I threw a fucking Molotov at a cop. The guard.
Nice.
I love him.
Just
I
Saga's
love
just
him.
right next to her.
My new
That's like
favorite
the-
NPC.
That's
Sorry,
the
Cyrus.
bottle with like the half-filled alcohol that you light a fire in so that it scatters and the alcohol catches on fire, right?
He looks at you like you're stupid. Yeah.
We got caught. We got caught. With
Yeah,
well, she got caught with a dissecting a body.
Do you say that, Saga?
I think so, yeah.
God.
Nadia, you see Saga is across from you, and his eyes swirl around to Saga again. The rest of him is not moving. And he kind of narrows his eyes a little bit, and then back to you. It's kind of fucked up, actually.
They were already dead.
I like.
Because you know how the whole Deathless thing is going on, and they're like missing a head, so I was like, you know what, this would be kind of interesting. Like their lungs were still moving, but like their heart wasn't beating. And they also had no head on.
Also, their heart was gone.
Was
No,
no,
heart,
it
the heart was still there.
it was only the
liver and
the
kidney.
two kidneys and the
livers-
liver. Yeah.
The livers and kidneys
Oh,
were
never
taken,
mind.
and then the heart was still there. The heart wasn't beating, but the lungs were actually going up. I couldn't find the head. I think I think the person who killed them took it. So because I want to see if the eyes dilate or if like the deathlessness continued to the head itself.
There's plenty of deathless folks around. You wouldn't have to dissect for that.
That is true.
Oh, this guy's okay. I'm sorry, I'm really dumb.
And why'd you throw a Molotov at a guard?
He just kind of stares at you.
Are you like one of those people who are actually rioting for a reason, or did you just join in? I know that happens a lot with riots.
We all have our reasons.
Okay, cool answer, bro.
Jesus.
How close is my cell to Angelus's cell?
Let's see. We've got Nadia and Saga across from each other, and then it's probably going to be Astoria, Henrik, and then Angelus is next to Astoria. So, kind of across from you at an angle.
Okay. So, I'm gonna get as close to their cell as I can while still being comfortable.
Would I notice this? Are you trying to talk to me?
Yes.
I'll actually like kind of like perk up and give you like kind of like a one moment, and let me just quickly take a little quick peek at my sheet. I can telepathically speak to any creature I can see within 30 feet of me. I don't need to share a language. but it must understand at least one language. You do, and I will give you the ability to speak telepathically with me for at least for the next hour.
Nice.
So
And you are within 30 feet of each other.
So you just hear Angelus in your head.
Oh, question: is this a racial thing or is this a spell?
It's a
okay,
racial
good.
thing.
Okay.
Mind link.
Yep. In that case, you're fine.
I figured this would be a little bit easier than whispering across the hall.
Yeah,
It
Henrik,
would.
you see Angelus make eye contact with you and then speak directly into your head.
You can reply back in your head, by the way, and I'll be able to hear
it. Yes, I am aware of something like this.
Sorry, it was a little bit sudden. I should have probably warned you.
All is well. Real quick, we haven't been, well, others haven't been divested of their component pouches and things. And while the cells aren't meant to keep people from casting, are there like monitoring?
Like I said, this hallway is manned by 4 guards. They're not pacing; they're stationed at each end of the hallway. But Henrik, you would know that there are like measures put into place that the bars of the cells are not enchanted in themselves, but it's kind of an anti-magic kind of scenario. You're not exactly sure, but you know that there are like regulations and stuff for that's going to be a problem if anyone tries to do any particular casting.
Alright. Well, there goes that idea I had.
What idea was it?
Oh, well, with Henrik knowing this, he wouldn't bring it up in the first place, but asking Angelus to cast Detect Magic again just as a way to keep an eye on the situation. And
sorry, me, Noel, stupid. Which situation?
The death magic in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but doesn't seem like it's much of an option. So, okay. Well, first time in prison.
Is that in your head to me?
Yeah.
Yes, this is my first time doing any of these things, including sewer running from the guards, jail. Very new experiences. I've been here for less than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little overwhelming. Do you guys just do this on, like, the daily or something? You're very calm about this.
It happened more to me when I was younger. This is the first time in a while, but by the standards of the world, it's not too bad.
Right. Cool.
You mentioned several times now that you saw another body. Where exactly were you when you found it?
Hey DM, what was that? Where was it? In the
town. I'm muted. You were further on the other side of town.
I'll just kind of like insert description here, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm guessing you didn't see anybody running from the scene.
I don't think I did, right, DM? I just saw the body kind of being dragged back.
Yeah, when Trouble went and saw him, he still had head. By the time you rounded the corner, he had been beheaded, and then you went to go get a guard, and by the time you came back from getting the guard, the body was gone.
I didn't really see anything, but my Trouble was in the area. Oh, Trouble would have been able to tell me if he saw anything. Because we have...
He didn't.
He didn't, okay.
No.
Trouble was kind of watching over the area when I was there. I saw the body still with the head on it, attached. But like the throat was sliced, right?
Yes. Like
So-
vocal cords torn out.
When my familiar was there, the vocal cords were torn out, but the head was still on. But by the time I got there, my familiar was not only disposed of, the head was gone, in a very similar fashion as we just saw. But when I got back the second time, the body was just gone. It was also a dead end, so I probably went up. But the fact that I didn't see anything, even with the cat, is a bit odd. And there weren't any sewers, I remember, do I?
Not that you investigated. You looked up towards the rooftops.
I unfortunately don't remember if there's any sewers. I didn't think to look down.
Yeah, they're bigger than you would expect them to be.
If we get out of this,
So-
I could probably lead you all back to where I found it.
With the trail we were following gone cold, would
Well,
be a good place to check.
it at least confirmed the suspicions whether or not it's in the sewers or not. Two different points of references. If they both have sewer locations, then it's safe to assume that whoever's doing this is gonna look for places where the sewers can be entered.
I'm just hoping that dragging the guards into the sewers was the right choice.
I will say it's a bit interesting. You could have given a bit of a delay, if anything. But we're here now. What to do about it now?
And what brought you to Kavagon?
Bit of a detour. I was actually trying to get down to, hold on, I have to look up the name. Because, I was trying to get down to Kester. I was just traveling, and it was a lot cheaper just to hitch a ride, on a, cargo ship than to, pay for a ticket, all the way to Kester, so... Figured it'd be a great way to explore either way.
Unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, great thing to write home about. Hi mom, got arrested the first day I'm in Kavagon. It's going great.
Well, nothing to do but wait, I suppose, unless you have some way of getting ready to open the jail cells.
I mean, I have, like, frostbite, so I might be able to freeze the lock, but I don't know how well that would go, and I'm not exactly the strongest. I'll get dispatched pretty quickly, especially with 4 guards, and probably more.
I'm more thinking if they have to get called away.
I might be able to figure something out. I could also burn it, but I don't know how well that'd go. Don't really have anything to pick the locks. I have a knife. Well, small knife is not. It's. How thorough would they have gone through my shit? Would they have gotten the small stuff that I got from my adventuring gear? DM?
You're asking how thorough they were when going through your stuff?
Yes.
They didn't. They didn't go through your things. That's
They
the
took
thing that.
weapons, and that's it.
Yeah, they took any visible weapons.
Yeah, so I have like a very small knife in my backpack, but I don't know how well I can pick a lock. I can try. Trouble might be able to grab the keys.
That's something to keep in mind. And Henrik will just, after that point, kind of settle down, and he'll respond if you say stuff, but is essentially going into passive mode, waiting for an opportunity.
I'll kind of like take a peek to see where the keys are on guards are on. Where on the body they are.
Go ahead and roll me just an investigation check.
I should be good at those, but we've seen how I've been rolling. Hallelujah.
An 18. So the thing about that is that they're not. These guards do not carry keys.
Okay.
Is anybody else up to anything? We've heard from Angelus and Henrik. What are Saga, Nadia, you would talk to somebody else. What are Saga and Astoria doing?
Can I like shove myself up into like a corner, just farthest away?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take out my sending stone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if it works.
Who are you trying to send to?
To the person that has the other one.
Alrighty. Alright, that's what that one's for. Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay, wait, I have to count my fingers. Do you have anyone in Kavagon currently in jail? It is not what it looked like. If you can get me out. Thank you. That is 25 words.
And you don't get a response.
I thought so, but I wanted to try it out.
Completely understandable. Use all of the resources you have. Astoria, where are you up to?
Honestly, I don't think she really has anything to do.
Is she gonna bring out some jammin' tunes to fill the dead air?
Her hands are tied behind her back.
Nope, you guys were unshackled.
Oh, okay.
You are in cells, so.
You want a book?
Oh, I have books too. I probably have extra from my signing.
What sort of books do you have? Like immediately perks up, like, oh?
Well, what kind of genres do you like?
Technically, non-fiction is my preferred, especially if it's about magic. I have a very keen interest in it.
Well, I don't have any non-fiction on me, but I have stuff about magic. And Nadia's currently got House of Night, so I think I'll pull out another copy of that, and I'll offer it.
Am I able to grab it?
I think we'd established that.
I'm beside Astoria. That's all I remember.
Yeah, you're beside Astoria.
Play a little
have to
pass the potato.
Yeah, you'd have to get it through Astoria's cell into Saga's.
How big is the book?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I could just send Trouble through the bars to grab the book.
Oh, it is like a solid novel.
Oh god.
I can just read it out loud.
I think people will love that.
Yeah. What are they gonna do? Arrest me?
Criminal for reading books. How dare you be well read?
This one, probably like way later on in the book, it does have like very graphic descriptions of violence, and possibly like kind of what Nadia was doing earlier to that one body.
Yeah.
But
is there hate sex?
No, not in this
Awful.
book. There's no sex in this book.
Amazing.
If you want me to, I'll read it out loud.
It's up
Are
to
you going
you.
to start reading out loud, Nadia?
If Astoria or Angelus wants me, or Angelus wants me to.
I mean, if I'm not getting a copy of the book, I mean, I'll be interested to hear a little bit. What, at least, like, what's on the back? Like, what's the description?
I know the story, but you give the description. So.
Oh my god.
Get fucked.
No, I have to think for a second. I won't say the exact description because I have not had time to write that down yet.
Just give a general vibe.
So, the main character, it's about a sort of a necromancer who is trying to get back into the good graces of her family after she crashed a party that ended up causing a war. The normal things.
I'm like halfway through it. She's not becoming a better person.
Oh dear.
She does get worse.
She is getting worse.
I'm not.
We love a good corruption arc.
I'm not sure if I'm
She was
very...
never good though.
I don't know if that's my sort of book. Maybe my sister's, but not mine.
This one is horror.
No, it's actually really interesting. It's getting really specific about how she's killing a lot.
Oh god. No, I'm okay. Please don't read that aloud. I'm okay.
It does have like a lot of parts because the saga's probably done research on this before. It does talk about like magic research, and maybe some of it isn't super accurate, but it could prompt ideas.
If there's graphic violence in there, I'll pass. That is not my thing at all.
It's not bad. I think most of the body autonomy is pretty accurate.
That's worse. That is very much worse. I'll pass, thank you. Very kind. I'll just read my book. Because one of the items that I have is a borrowed book from my background. So you'll just see Angels pull out this fucking like big ass fucking textbook, and then a notebook, and he'll just like sit down and just like start flipping through it and just open up his notebook to start writing. If anybody would care to look over, you would see a horrifying mess of notes. Because not only does he take them on the horizontal, he also takes them on the vertical. So it's just this crisscross hatch of words that looks nauseating to look at.
So you're okay with that, but not my novel? I feel like that's scarier.
What's scarier? The textbook?
Bad organization.
Wait, sorry, what did Nadia say?
Bad organization.
Are you talking about my notebook?
Yes.
And just like pull it up, like very excited to talk about it. It's actually very good for. It's actually great for space saving. So,
where's your headers?
What do you mean? It's my notebook.
Where's your why is the margin all over the place? Why?
No, it's great for saving space because I only have so much paper, so I might as well get the most of it. So when I read it like this, it's kind of like if I read it at this angle, then I can read this one, and then like the other ones are kind of just like a background noise. But if I flip it and you like turn it around, then I can read it horizontally this way as well. And so I'm able to get almost twice as much information onto the same page than I would just regularly. And then I can also
that is torture too.
The torture! It makes complete sense.
Saga and Nadia, like, I assume they kind of look at each other.
And it also has the great added benefit of nobody being able to read my notes, so I'm able to write whatever the fuck I want in here. It's fantastic. No one can decode what I'm writing. Hell, even I have sometimes a tough time, but that means it's just very thorough.
That's probably why you need more papers, because you have to rewrite the things you're writing.
I don't have to rewrite it. It makes perfect sense. I never had to rewrite a page ever. I've never had to.
While this is going on, Henrik would like to reach into his bag for his woodcarver supplies
That is so
and look for a tool that's both small enough to jimmy into the lock if he needs to break it on the door, but also could be used to stab somebody a few times.
So let's see, woodcarver's kit. You'd have like files, alls. One of the handles on the files that you have probably would do it.
Okay, and I'm just gonna go. I palm that. Just keep it on me, obscure it somewhat,
Mm-hmm.
and sit against the wall
Mm-hmm.
and keep an ear out.
Alrighty. So while you folks are here, it doesn't seem like there is a rotation of the guard at some point. But there is not necessarily a moment where you are unattended. However, night does fall. Is anyone trying to stay up, or are you guys just going to sleep?
I'm probably thoroughly exhausted and probably nodding off, unless somebody else says anything. Angels will probably pass out.
Then.
Henrik will go to sleep.
Yeah, and as you folks, unless you are staying up, as you fall asleep in the jail cells after being caught by the guard, y'all get a level up.
Yes! Victory!
Oh shit.
Yeah.
20 intelligence, here I come, baby!
We're doing level up right now?
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but I would recommend it.
That would be ideal.
Okay.
We reroll ones, right?
Yes, for health.
Ooh,
Why
good
don't we put the stream on just a quick break while we
Yes.
take a minute and level up?
Alright, see ya, suckers.
distinction.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
back. We're back
this
online,
is at the
guys.
doctor's
We're back online,
office.
folks. Everybody stop talking about balls.
No.
Okay. For a
I
second,
just
I
feel
thought
like
you
I
guys
need
were
to
talking
defend
about something that
myself.
happened
No.
in game,
there's
and
not-
I was so
No,
lost.
this was the other day where we were like when Noel was showing off the whole shtick, and then everyone left. So I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna read you Sonic High School, the fan fiction, in my character voice." And
It's
then,
the worst.
and then Noel didn't like it for some reason, even though I was gonna read the whole thing. But it's 25 chapters.
You
It's so
literally
fun.
didn't read 2 parts of it because you didn't like the content because it was racist.
It was pretty bad, yeah. This person, I hope that they had character growth over time.
God,
They were like
alright.
12, and I think that they had they had bad influences.
Yes.
God. You
Alrighty,
don't
however-
say.
Back to the actual game. We are still in prison.
Unless.
Unless. So you folks kind of wake here and there. There's no real telling of time. The guards do. If you are not awake by the time they bring around a breakfast meal, which is just kind of bread and cheese and some dried meat, then they like kind of not bang on the bars of your cell, but are really loud about setting the tray down, so you are awake. But for a good portion of the day, you are left to the same devices. It's about halfway through the day when Henrik, you notice the figure that comes down the stairs. It is a stout dwarven man with a red beard, who is not helmeted like the rest of the guard, but is still wearing the same ram imagery of the Kavagan force. And you recognize Bjorn step down the stairs and beelines for your cell.
Initially, talking to the guards, just like, are you serious? It was fucking. So we potentially found a fucking. Hello, Henrik.
You fucked up.
Bjorn.
Oh, yeah, it's me. Why are you in my jail?
Hmm. Found a body. Others ran before things could get explained.
I'm told
Ooh,
one
roll
of
a
you
deception
was.
check on that one, Henrik, because you were one of the first to run.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need a
Oh,
deception.
because you said
check.
you wanted a deception check?
Yeah. You are lying, sir. Okay. Go ahead.
So, what was Bjorn saying?
He had not had a chance to respond yet, but yeah, you let him know that the others ran before we had a chance to explain.
And so you ran with them?
At that point, yes, as well as yelling for the guards to get into the stores.
And this was after one of them was elbow deep in a corpse missing its head.
Oh, that was me.
Thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
talking to you in a moment. Well,
Yeah.
So this just happens to be some innocent blunder? Is that what you're telling me?
You remember me talking to you about the cult member we were trying to track down.
And you believe that he's like rubbing the bridge of his nose. You believe this was caused by your little cultist?
Bjorn?
Yeah.
I saw that person get dragged out of the riot into that alley. And by the time I was there, their head was gone, their chest was ripped open. And from what I've heard, and he gestures his head at oh, I'm forgetting names already. Angelus.
Mhm.
Your name's not Alejandro.
It could be. Nicknames
Well,
exist for a reason.
well, this wasn't the first body to show up. It may have been the first one that didn't disappear.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion on that, Rick.
Hey, Angelus, what roles do you have saved up?
I'll give you a. Wait, it's a new day. I gotta roll new dice. Hold on.
Roll your portent dice.
I need dice. All right, let's see what these give me. I'm rolling these by myself. Okay. That fell off. They're not good. They are not good rolls. What's your persuasion modifier?
A 2.
I can give him a 4.
Okay.
To make him like in like insight or whatever. I don't know. But I don't have any rolls that can help you. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Right,
What
I
are
am
your
rolling.
rolls for today?
Damn.
11 and 14.
Can I,
A 4.
can
Ooh.
I use my inspiration?
You cannot donate inspirations, unfortunately.
Okay.
That for you. Yeah, Henrik, this isn't looking good. Bjorn does not seem to really be swayed by that.
Bjorn, I have had multiple wizards with me being able to sense death magic in the air. In the sewers, in the city. There's something else to these riots. That, at the very least, you can check for yourselves.
As far as the death magics go, I can't. There is I don't know what to call it, a pandemic going on with the deathlessness. But I am aware of this necromancy, foggy shit.
Wait, hold on. Alston cast death magic in towns, specifically the first town and then the island town,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't sense any fog then.
Nope.
Right. Bjorn,
Yeah.
that death fog has not been in other places. I have been to cities, to towns. I have wizards actively casting magic. Kavagon is the first place this has shown up.
Fuck me. Another thing on the fucking docket.
Yes. And we were in the sewers because whoever took the head was in there.
Hey.
And I was hoping that the guards would have caught up to us by the time we found wherever they were meeting, but the trail had gone cold. That's when the ramp guard caught up to us. As for the kid messing with the body, I don't know. They were raised in a temple to the god of death.
Now, I can believe you when it comes to that. However, there is procedure that needs to be followed. You are not the first people to be arrested in relation to these killings. I'm sure you have noticed. Hold on, I'm picking up on Space's mic and it is very distracting for me.
Oh, sorry. I thought I adjusted my mic levels. Give me a second. Adjust my.
Yeah, I have been aware of the deaths. However, my guards saw your friend elbow deep in a body, and now we're here. So we still need to talk to the rest of you. However, I am also aware of this MO, this, I don't want to call it the calling card, but the taking heads, taking other body parts. It's very hard to prevent this from causing even more of a panic. All that people know is that can't. Yeah, what? How do I? It's hard to prevent this from causing more of a panic. All people know is that people are going missing. They don't know what's happening to them, and I think if they did, things would be even worse than they are out there.
I imagine the riots would keep the guard at large from being able to sweep the sewers.
Oh, definitely. You already saw buildings on fire, and that's just now.
Yeah.
Imagine if they knew people were getting dismembered. We can't question the bodies either, because they don't have any bloody heads. So we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
DM, sorry to interrupt.
No problem. What's your question?
Just out of curiosity, the
Mhm.
specific wording of MindLink. You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within now 40 feet of me.
Mhm.
I don't need to share a language, but the creature must not be able to understand a language. It is in the head. If I see the body, which is deathless, it's still alive and connected to the creature, would that technically allow me to talk with the person?
You don't know. You've never tried it.
Angel also kind of like raise a slow hand and just wait because he doesn't want to interrupt.
Raising his hand like a fucking kid
Yes,
at school.
he just graduated.
Henrik will direct Bjorn's attention to Angelus. Wizard's got a question.
I have a name, but it's not a question. It's more so I might be able to help with the whole questioning thing. It's just a theory, but I'm able to speak telepathically with a creature. And technically, in my head, in my assumption that if I see the body, which is still connected to the head, it is still that creature, I might be able to connect with it and speak with it. So if you have that body that we were caught with yesterday, I might be able to talk with it. It's just a theory. I cannot confirm nor deny if this will work. But I figured it'd be best to bring it up.
Well, Bjorn, have you had anybody try that yet?
Space, I defer to you.
I'll just.
All right. Well, what casters we haven't been able to send any messages. Well, I believe there's a spell called message and one called sending.
Yes, but
Ni-
this isn't a
Neither of
spell.
those have worked.
This isn't a spell though. It's it's just a thing that I can do.
I see.
So it might
Go
work
ahead and give me a
differently.
persuasion, Angelus.
God. What am I good at those? I don't think I'm good at those.
I think persuasion's charisma.
I don't have the word the check mark on it, but I have a +3.
Yeah, a dirty 20.
Check mark.
Proficiency, that's the word.
I get you.
I had to say it.
You know what? I'm willing to give a shot.
Yes.
You'll be with me and my guards to the morgue.
Okay.
The rest of you, we'll have to just go through processing as standard. And you will as well. He turns back to you, Angelus, but this far.
Okay.
If we can get any hints, then we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Let him out.
I will get up and
And-
like stand away from the door, try to look non-threatening.
Yeah, there is another guard with Bjorn that does have a ring of keys and a pair of shackles. And this time you are shackled with your hands in front of you. But you're still like escorted out of your cell.
I'll leave trouble in my cell.
Okay. Yeah, they don't protest that.
You know the deal. If you try anything, you're going right back in.
I am not planning anything.
Good. Come on.
And just like looks behind the group, is like, I didn't like, he's like, help. He doesn't want to leave. He's scared.
I'm
The
gonna
guard
wave
shoves you along.
bye.
Like I'm still walking, but I'm just like, but yeah, no, I'll not resist any movement. I'll just follow along.
Alrighty, does anybody have anything else to say before Angelus is led off to the morgue?
Don't die.
Well,
You should say that.
he can't because that's impossible right now.
Well,
At most,
yes,
it would just be
but
like kind of like an unconscious corpse.
I guess the better thing to say would be, don't get your head chopped off.
Yeah, probably not. Don't do that.
You just see Angela's body like slump.
I wonder if the person has any feeling in both their head and body right now. If they like in two separate places.
Well, based off of what was happening when you were, digging around, I would say yes.
Well, that's why I want to find the head, because I want to see if like the head was active as well. Because as far as I know, the lungs were working, but nothing else was working. It's weird that the lungs were specifically working though. I don't, because that doesn't biologically make sense in terms of deathlessness, but perhaps that's more of a magic thing in that regard.
Or it could have been like an automatic sort of thing that they were trying to do.
Yeah, because I
Would
feel
either of you like to make an insight check to try and determine why the lungs may be breathing while the heart is not?
Yes.
While the heart isn't
Can
functioning?
can we because we're sort of bouncing off each other? Oh, it just doesn't matter anyway. I'll just make one.
That is a very similar rule.
Saga, what you can put together is that your heart beats no matter what. It is just a thing your body does. Whereas, like earlier, as Space said, this was probably manual breathing. The body probably would not be breathing on its own.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So the body and head are connected as well.
Well, they're not connected, but
It's
they.
it's just a matter of the person has enough cognizant ability to force breathing. It's
it was
not
very
like,
labored.
if your lungs worked manually like your heart would, or just naturally like your heart does, they would still be going. This is a panicked, like when you're trying to calm yourself down, like manual taking control of your breathing type thing.
Mhm.
Like when someone says, yeah, you're now breathing manually, and you just go, fuck, because now you have to think about breathing. Except, you just got your head cut off and you felt all of it.
Fuck you, by the way.
What?
I have to breathe manually.
Yeah, I also did that.
I hate this.
Now you
Now
know.
think about blinking.
No.
Your tongue's uncomfortable in your mouth.
You're aware of every vaguely itchy spot on your body now.
You have to stop because every time right before you say that, I noticed one of those things. Like I noticed that my forehead was itchy, and then right before you said blink, I just blinked and I noticed it.
Oh no.
Anyways, so yeah, those are the conclusions you can draw. Is there anything anybody else has before our newcomer gets escorted away by the guard?
I am curious of how they think that's gonna work though, because I don't know if it'll work or not. Because the question is, is it the head or is it the body that they're gonna be speaking to? Because I feel like
Well, the thing is that
Well, the head
we
is the
just
thing that they-
discussed
Yeah.
it's connected.
The head is missing. All that was left was a body.
No, what
They
I'm
have to
saying-
find the head in order to. They
Yeah.
have to find the head in order to communicate with it.
They would have
Yeah.
to retrieve the head somehow.
Yeah, but
But-
they're taking Angelus right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm discussing.
Yeah,
about
because
just-
their telepathy might be able to do
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm
sending a message.
that's what
can't.
I'm discussing because
In character?
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
And that's in Sega because I'm like,
And that's what we're about to find out.
yeah.
I sweat nervously.
Yeah, Angelus, the morgue is not in the same building. It's in a similar complex. You are like across a courtyard.
Is it
Into what
within
is
100 feet?
No,
Okay.
you are led away from trouble and your group.
Trouble.
Bjorn is not like this is not. They're not rough with you. Bjorn is obviously has kind of a connection to Henrik. It's obvious enough that he like was familiar with Henrik. And this is something where there's a little bit of a familiarity that is getting you not necessarily easier treatment, but you are not being shoved around. You are just shackled and being led.
They're being gentler, which is really
yes.
appreciated. I bruise easily.
Because it's also the sort of thing. Do you want to roll me an insight check?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. No, I cannot.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah, you just know that they're being gentler for some reason. They are being easier on you than they were when they thought you were just fugitives or not fugitives, suspects in the sewers.
Yeah. Guarantee you, his
pardon me.
mind is like running 10 miles a minute, so he's just like no thoughts. Head too
Yeah.
full.
So yeah, you're led into what would usually be the morgue, which would usually be your typical like refrigeration and conservation of bodies. This at the moment has been bodies are not racked and shelved like they normally would be as you're let in. There are a handful of clerics around, and you see that the body has not been sewn back up, but he's been covered. And there is an attending cleric, like holding both of his hands, and like trying to quell any kind of panic that is still remaining.
Do I see the neck, like, or is the neck also covered?
It is still visible. It has been bandaged.
Okay.
You could tell, even Angelus would know this is not a bandage that is actually meant to staunch bleeding. It's just more for keeping it covered and sterile, and as probably a peace of mind thing for the dead.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I'll kind of just like wait till I'll like look over at the Bjorn and really kind of like wait for the go ahead.
Bjorn will address the cleric in the room. Alright. I've brought someone in who may be able to communicate with methods we haven't tried yet.
The cleric kind of like looks up and he just nods, just to, yeah, he's just as panicked as the rest of them. Go ahead, I guess. And he is, again, you don't need to roll for it, visibly tired, exhausted.
The cleric?
Like dark circles, yeah.
Mm.
He looks like a normally kept person, but he's unkempt, unshaven, dark circles under the eyes, is holding the man's hand, which has now been cleaned of blood. But you can see where the man's, like, the dead body's, like, fingers still grip into his skin. Like, it is a visible, tactile response.
I'll probably just place like try to like gently like place a hand without having the shackles touch him and I'll try to do the connection. It only takes 6 seconds. 1 action.
Angels, as you do that, I need a wisdom save.
I have advantage on those. I also remembered that, so... Wisdom save, you said?
Yep.
Oh.
Nat 20, so you don't take any damage.
Oh god!
But one of the things that strikes you first, and very quickly, is this hurts. Your telepathy is normally something very casual to you. It has been very normal. It's something you've had since you were a child. You were born with it. It is, you figured it's just part of your family's like thing. But this is sharp. Usually meeting somebody else's mind with your own is kind of not necessarily a warm sensation, but it is a familiar one. It is comfortable. This hurts. Your head hurts. And as soon as you feel that connection snap into place, there is kind of a static that fills your and followed by you watch the grip on Cleric's arm tighten. And the body does go still, like his lungs stop in his chest, and you stop watching that like staggering rise and fall of the sheet. But you hear nothing but static.
I'll allow the communication to go through, and Angel's like, hello, my name is Angelus. I was trying to help save you. Are you there? Can you reply in your head? You hear me?
The sound you receive in return is animal. It is pained and guttural, and there's no shape of words. There's no articulation to it. It is just the animalistic sounds of someone in unimaginable pain without any way to communicate that beyond like forcing air out of lungs. And there's no words in it at all. And again, it hurts. Like it reverberates off of the inside of your head and it feels like it's bouncing around. And just won't stop. It's oppressive.
I'm trying to hold on as much as I can. And Angel's probably gonna be like, can you, if you can hear me, can you do two grunts for yes, 1 grunt for no?
It's a drone. It is rising and falling wails, and there's no reasonable response that you can sift out.
I feel like the pressure kind of gets to be too much, and I sever the connection and just kind of like stumble back and just like shaking his head and just like, well, I certainly connected. That was horrible. That was horrendous.
What did you find?
It's so much pain. So much pain. There's no words. It was like animalistic. It was just pure primal, like just in.
Trouble's yelling in his cell.
Get the cat out of here.
Yeah, you just hear Trouble in the cell.
God forbid we try to have a serious setting for 5 minutes.
Like the worst moment. You could have done this like 5 minutes before when it was even funny. Jesus. It was just so like feral and like primal, and I could have honestly been hurt myself doing that. I don't know what is happening. Could I feel like it was like it still felt human, quote unquote, like humanoid?
Feel human, and that's the worst. Is that it's someone who has been robbed of their.
Sorry, you did cut out. Can you start from the beginning?
Yeah, this is still human. The connection you had was still human, and that's actually the worst. Is that this is a person robbed of their ability to communicate and articulate, who has been inflicted upon. This is honestly the worst of the deathlessness, probably, because it's not just a natural death where they are gonna have to already be trapped in their body. This is they're trapped and they hate it.
But yeah, like Angelus like kind of like relays like all of that. Like he's like pale and like just like probably looks nauseous again.
Yeah, Angelus looks green. Point.
Bjorn looks at the body. You poor bastard. Well, I think you've done enough. The attempt is appreciated.
Yeah.
Let's get you back to your cell.
That'd be appreciated.
Yeah. Bjorn will escort him out along with the guard.
Zero resistance, man's like a fucking rag doll.
Suppose I return to the cell then.
Yeah. Also, you'll hear one dice roll. I forgot to roll my health. Don't worry about it.
No worries. So Angelus is returned looking. How does Angelus look? As he's led back to his cell.
He probably doesn't look as sick as he was through the initial, but he just looks like kind of like dissociating energy, very much like realizing like how bad the deathlessness is. Like it very much like it like just dawned on him. He's like, "Oh god. This could happen to anyone." And it just that's a terrible fate.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just hi trouble. He just looks out of it. He I know he had 8 hours of sleep just now, but he looks exhausted.
Yeah, so the rest of you, Angelus comes back looking, quite frankly, haunted. And ends up like being led back to his cell. And they're not like rough with him. This is they unshackle him gently and close the door, but he is still returned to his cell. The rest of you have not necessarily been processed yet, but you know that you're being held for questioning. So they may not even bother at this point. They're just waiting for somebody who has Circle of Truth to come ask questions.
Oh, fuck.
Circle of Truth sounds like something where we all sit around in a circle and we hold hands, and then there's like a little a truth stick that everyone gets.
And we have to tell each other's deepest secret.
And then we have to pass it, and we're not allowed to talk when the other person has the truth stick.
We'd be we'd be treated like children.
I could have cast over truth there. I didn't prepare.
Can you tell I'm a preschool teacher?
Lord of the Fire plays out in prison.
Oh god.
Man. Oh,
well, no, here is a rich kid, so.
Fuck the rich.
Alrighty.
Yeah, fuck them so that you can be also rich.
Yeah. You get it.
Sorry.
You're good.
Hi, buddy.
That. Ooh, go ahead.
When Born is here, kind of like try and get his attention to talk a bit more real quick.
Yeah, easy enough.
How can I help you, Henrik?
So, the group I'm with is pretty set on getting this figured out. So well, at this point, you tell me, how likely is it we're going to do anything besides processing?
How long? Probably about another day. We need to get a paladin in here to Circle of Truth some of you, but otherwise I don't think it'll take any longer than that.
Any chance you could push that up further?
Days.
Me?
Huh? Yeah, Space, I defer to you. Is the
Why don't you roll me a luck check?
D20.
Dun 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 dun.
13. Potentially. They can give it a shot.
I can send a missive, but who knows? Who knows whether or not it'll get anybody out here faster. I'll make the attempt,
Listen.
though.
Well, listen. With everything going on, there aren't enough guards to get into the sewers. But since my group, as I said, is already pretty set on chasing this thing down, we're likely to head in right after you let us go.
And just like looks over, it's like, we are.
Well, I mean,
Roll. I'm gonna say, Space. Do you mind if I take over for a brief
You
moment?
are a Codium. Go ahead.
Yeah. Roll a persuasion.
is it another nat one? Place your bets now.
No.
Hopefully not.
I can give you an 11. Never mind. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll give you an 11.
For a total. If
You can also
if
say
you're
no.
sure.
I mean, it's an average, and it's better than you rolling low again.
What's your bonus?
Or a total of 2, so I just don't know if a 13 is going to be enough.
You can also just roll. It's up to you.
I leave it to you to decide.
What's life without risk? Damn.
Damn, Henrik!
I'm not good at
Should've
talking
taken
to
the
people.
11! You should have
I should
taken
have.
the
I'm
11!
just making so many mistakes today.
I'm right sorry, Henrik, but the nobles will have my ass if I just let prisoners go because they it's me too. I have a family I need to feed and food to put on. Yeah, I have food to put on the table, and I need a job. So you can wait one more day. I appreciate it though. I will be happy to let you go run around in the sewers and free up some of my guards, but it'll have to wait a day. I'm sorry.
Mhm. All right.
What is it called? Doesn't decapitate more people. I forgot what my accent was when I was speaking. Ignore the accent.
Sadly, just
There's too
mumbling to
many
herself.
accents. There's too many accents. I mimic. I mimic.
Get fucked.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Saga just mimics you guys in character.
It's the writer in her.
That's it. Nothing else.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
If there's anything else, Henrik, that you'd like to say, then say it before Bjorn goes.
Well, if you could get us any information about these attacks and where they are, and a map to plot them out to give us a head start on some place to look. Is that at all possible?
He scratches his beard, seemingly in contemplation, and says, "Yeah, I think I can do that. It'll take me some time, though. I'll be back with that before dark. Let's say that. I do
Alright.
ultimately have a job I need to do."
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You all have been through some, well, shit. And he looks at your probably filthy boots.
My boots are clean because I have precipitation.
Henrik's aren't. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
You all just rest up. I can try, but again, I have a job. And I have to take care of things first. You all rest up, and Bjorn will leave you be. And Bjorn, I will say, does not get back to you with a map. The riots seem to be keeping him very busy. So you unfortunately do not get it at the end of the day, but perhaps once you get out, he can draft something up for you.
All right. Now the real question is, when they do get a paladin in to question everybody, is anyone going to resist a circle of truth?
Nope.
No.
No.
Do they know if you fail it?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Then no.
We
I
live
don't
in
know
a
how to
story.
feel about this.
Okay, so
Before that-
you have to say the truth, but you also don't. You can just not talk.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not fun if you don't talk.
But the question is, if they ask if we murdered someone.
Oh no!
Well,
That's why I'm
here's the answer
asking.
to that.
Well, there's
Did you
like,
kill them? Yes.
well, there's a thing where you have to say the truth, but that, like, there's a talking around the truth. It's just, we'll figure it out. Everyone will be themselves.
It's not they because it's not an interrogation spell. You just cannot say something that's not truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so it's
they'll
like-
they'll probably be asking like, "Hey, did you kill this person in particular?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah, and even if they don't, you can craft your words specifically.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
You could
Yeah, I
also
mean,
say
I'll
like,
say that
"I vomited
regardless.
at the site." That would
Also,
be truthful.
Slaka, this is the best book I've ever read. I just finished it right now.
I thought that she would like that.
I
Oh, you
wrote
got a
it.
97?
It's a 97 score.
Maybe I should stay in the horror genre.
I just think that her not I think the idea of her being a very static character was very intentional and good.
What the fuck does that mean?
I just think she did not become a better person.
Oh yeah, she
And
got worse,
she-
and that
and
was
she
the
got-
point.
Sort of static on that part, but I think that it's interesting because I think her family was the one who changed around her, and I think it's a good concept. I think.
I appreciate your opinion.
Oh, we're being interrogated now, huh?
Yes. Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Angelus is dissociating. It's fine.
Well,
So
we've seen how Henrik's attempts to talk have gone so far, so
yeah, I'm sorry, Henrik.
No. Sorry, my
Henrik is
cat.
fumbling the bag really hard right now.
He's trying his. You
Imagine
should have
talking
taken the
bad.
11. You should have taken the 11.
It's
know what?
fine.
I should have
Anyway,
taken the 11.
I love that you
Um,
guys were like, watch him get a nat 1, and I was like, he will. And
and then he did.
You're so mean for that. Look what you
'Cause-
did.
Well, no, because you guys were like, oh, do you guys think he'll get a nat 1? And in chat, you can see my yes, and then the nat 1 right after.
I know, it's fucking hilarious. I can't wait to clip it.
Do it.
The first post on the TikTok.
Yeah.
You have a TikTok?
Hey, oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with the TikTok. Anyways,
same.
besides the point, it is the next day. You guys get another day of rest in. For the
roll.
early the next day.
Are we level 5?
No,
Please, please.
Yeah,
Magic
level
Prison,
5,
they give
let's
you a level every time
go.
you sleep in it.
that'd
No,
be
but you
Every
guys
time
wake
you
up.
sleep in prison, you level up.
Yeah. No, it's a matter of the next day. The Bjorn returns. This time he is flanked by a tall woman in the Ramsguard armor. She's not wearing the helmet. But it looks very stern, very, well weathered as far as what's the word? As far as just experience goes. And he beelines for Astoria's cell.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Alrighty. And Bjorn kind of
Don't
like
worry,
motions
she has
to her.
profiling.
This is
She-
this is racist.
This is racist. It's a Genasi thing. She holds the keys and unlocks the cell and, holds out the cuffs for you to put your hands in. And is going to, unless you have a protest of any sort, lead you out.
No protest. Just a little hesitant.
Yep. You are led up and out of the jail and into essentially a whole holding space, like an interrogation room. It's small, there's a wooden chair you're sat in, and she sits across from you, no table. And you feel the hold of a circle of truth spell. Are you resisting?
You mean Zone of Truth?
Yes, zone of truth, sorry.
I like Circle of Truth.
Circle of truth
I
is
do
good.
too because it gives me like camp vibes.
Yes, but yeah, let's do you resist at all?
Nah, I guess not.
Gotcha. You feel the truth spell take hold. And she kind of just studies you. So, gotta tell me what happened.
Well, we came up across the body. My friends decided to check it out. I barfed and kept my distance.
None of you considered calling guards?
We did, but we knew what it looked like and we didn't want to get in trouble for a misunderstanding.
Hmm. She kind of narrows her eyes a little bit at you. Your buddies seem awfully comfortable with dead bodies.
I assume that they've seen more than me.
Seen any dead bodies before the Deathlessness?
For fuck's sake. Only a couple, but none that were of any importance. Would that be a lie?
Oh, were your
Would
parents
that be
important
a
to
lie?
you?
Okay, I'm gonna rephrase.
Mhm.
None that would be of any importance to this matter.
She kind of cocks her head to the side and studies you for a long moment. So not killed, assuming members. That's naturally time.
You're cutting out for me.
I think I turned my mic sensitivity down too much. But she kind of just studies you for a second. So I can assume family members of natural cause, since this one, well, could make soldier's stomach turn, but
So she's asking if the ones that I saw were of natural causes?
yeah.
Shit. No, they weren't. Shit. Hey guys, I'm about to be arrested again.
She
I
leans
think you
forward.
shouldn't. There was a point where you should have just stopped talking instead of saying any of importance to this matter. You just should have said yes.
You can bring up you've been in fights with the group.
Those weren't dead bodies though. Those were like mimics and shit. We didn't fight people.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen
No?
a dead body other than like I don't think we fought people.
Nope.
Have we?
No people.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's why she threw up.
No.
Yeah. She leans forward on her knees, and is like not encroaching on your space, but is definitely like leaning in towards you a bit. Care to elaborate about that? We're kind of keeping a close eye on people coming in and out of the city at the moment.
Shit.
If you've seen other murders, we'd like to.
No, I don't really care to elaborate. It makes it seem
Got
so sus,
'em.
but it's like technically she did ask if she wanted to elaborate, so I mean she doesn't want to, it's the truth.
She kind of folds her arms over her chest and leans back again. And there's this long moment of like kind of icy quiet while she stares you down. Let's make this. Have you ever killed anybody?
Oh no.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Time to get arrested part 2. I think Astoria is just gonna willingly stay quiet.
She looks to Bjorn at
Amendment
that.
rights.
Ah,
My rights.
about that. About that.
I will only speak when my lawyer is here.
You have a lawyer?
No.
Get one, probably.
Self-defense. Have you
Cutting
killed
out
any?
again.
You're cutting out bad.
Yeah.
Turn up my mic sensitivity.
Yeah, I think you're talking too low for your goddamn mic.
Well, you know, if I turn down the sensitivity too much, that it picks up Tanner's mic. But if I turn it down too much, it doesn't pick up me.
It's
So
okay.
here we are.
You're doing your best.
I'm trying. Tanner, shut up.
What the fuck did he do?
She doesn't move this time. But like stares you down. I'll ask one more time. Self-defense aside, have you ever killed anyone? This is your only chance to defend yourself.
See, I'm debating doing something that's like, it's kind of funny. It does incriminate me, but it is kind of funny.
God.
But also doesn't fully incriminate me. Is the
You
thing.
could just pad your words.
I can't really. She's asking me directly if I've killed anyone, regardless of
Right, but you don't have
self-defense.
to answer her question directly. You're not inclined to answer questions.
I know I'm not
You can
inclined to
just
answer
not answer.
questions, but
You can
you
ask.
also-
You can always ask what
And also, the rest of you aren't here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
that
say
too.
anything. We need to
This-
just
this-
we
I
need
gotta
to
think
just
of
shut
what
up and
Astoria
let
would do. And
Phoenix
Astoria
figure
is
this out.
100% like she doesn't know what to do.
Okay, well. have
But I
fun.
think I think I know what she would do though.
Oh God.
And what if I don't know for sure if I've killed the people?
She cocks an eyebrow. You've either killed someone or you haven't. There's not really a gray area there.
I'd argue that there could be.
Then talk. What's the situation? What happened?
I don't see how this is important to you.
Murder is murder. Whether or not it's this one.
And yet you're supposed to be questioning me on this one. So what's the relevance to my past?
If you're a murderer, you're still a murderer. Whether or not it's this kill, it could have been another.
And if it is
And
gray
I'm
area?
not one to let a murderer walk. So talk, or we assume you're guilty.
You want me to talk?
You seem to insist there's a gray area.
There
Tell me
is. Have you ever had moments, perhaps after drinking too much, where you come to and you're not sure how you got somewhere, but you're there? You don't know what happened, you don't know how it happened, but something happened. I know this sounds so bad. There's nothing she can do. This is yeah.
Yes, I went through college. I was never inclined to kill anybody when I was blackout drunk.
And say, for example, someone being the only witness, as them, came to with bodies in front of them. They're not sure what happened. They're not sure how. They're not even sure when. they're there, and they woke up. In a sense, I guess.
The real question is, what was the blood on your hands?
Shit.
Oh, she got you there.
Yeah, that's true. But also, Astoria is not lying.
Nope, that's why I haven't called you on it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the others didn't. I didn't clear this part to any of the rest of the party. I told them I killed my parents, which, in a sense, is not lying, but it's not necessarily the truth.
Why didn't you just tell us that there's a possibility you didn't kill your parents? Maybe
Well,
that
to
would
be
make
fair.
things better.
Listen. She didn't tell you shit.
Yeah, you've got
Only
Taka's
Henry
got
Well,
no
yeah,
idea.
yeah. Whatever. But I'm talking about this in general. Oh my god.
Because-
Oh my god.
Anyways, shit. I'm trying to think of what Astoria would say in this situation.
It's a rough one.
It is, it really is. So, even if there was blood on me, that would make me guilty.
Not saying that, but again, you said there was a gray area. I'm looking for it.
Interesting. This could just be merely a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would you say that?
Because Astoria's a fucker. She's never been
Jesus
interrogated in
Christ.
her life. She's the one that does the interrogating, okay?
It sounds like she's not very good at it.
Oh,
She does
nice.
the interrogating. She's never been the subject of it. So no shit, she's not good at it. She's good at scaring other people. She doesn't know what to do.
God. We're gonna lose another
So
party
what I'm
member.
understanding for this hypothetical is you blacked out and woke up with bodies, plural, and no recollection of how you got there or why they were dead. But it seems like there's a chance you had done it.
There's always a chance. Of everything, that is.
Don't be coy with me.
Why not?
She raises an eyebrow and looks to Bjorn. You found your friends elbow deep in a corpse. People are going missing around this city.
Yes, one that I've already stated we had nothing to do with.
And that might be so, but I'm not letting a fucking murderer walk. So either explain yourself, or you go back in that cell and you will never see the sun again.
I was so tempted to just have her say, bold of you to assume I even like the sun. But she does.
Stop digging yourself a hole! I would like to leave this jail with 5 party members. I just got Art of Astoria. Don't you dare get rid of it.
Yeah, that would be really rough if you had to get a new character.
I would be upset.
I can tell you that
Phoenix
I
would
have
have to pay
nothing
you
to do with
back.
any sort of murders anytime recently.
That's not what I asked you.
Oh my god.
And that doesn't relate to your investigation.
She fully stands up at this point.
She's gonna fucking deck you, dude. You're fucked.
Astoria's got her arms, her arms are in front of her, right? Shackled?
Nope.
Oh,
They're
okay.
behind you, behind the chair.
Well, she crosses her hands behind her back.
You brat! You absolute brat!
That's Astoria in a hole. She's a little shit.
Christ.
So, you claim there's a gray area, and you ask me if you can explain, and then you don't.
I didn't ask
know,
if I could explain. I don't think she asked. Did she ask?
you
I think
essentially was
she
like, there's a gray
did.
area, and like she asked for an explanation, and you offered one. Not really.
Fair, but I don't think Astoria necessarily asked for the chance to explain. She was just kind of like, I mean, it's kind of a gray area.
What you're implying is in the past you have committed murder, which, regardless of time past, is still murder. If you want a chance to walk, explain yourself.
And so, hear me
Or
out.
we will assume that you have nothing to say that wouldn't incriminate you. And
Hear
she
me
is
out.
looming over at you at this point.
Astoria's still got this like little shit-eating grin, because she doesn't give a shit. She looks up at this woman and is just like, so, hear me out. How exactly would you find evidence to incriminate or prove me innocent? All you'd have is my witness statement. There's, as far as I know, likely no other witnesses. That sounds really bad.
That is
Can I
so
retcon that?
bad.
Can I retcon that? Can I retcon that?
No, Astoria's been a
No.
shit thus far.
Okay. So, if there was no one around, and I simply woke up and I was the only one there, how would you find any evidence? How would I prove myself innocent? Why would I speak? Regardless of what I say, from the likes of it, you want to put me away. There's no way to prove myself innocent, so regardless of what I say here, I go away.
You're in a circle of truth. Say you didn't
do.
kill them.
But I'm not entirely sure of that.
Exactly.
But neither is anyone else.
So you won't even give it a shot.
Question: does innocent until proven guilty apply in this world?
Not as fucking far as you know.
Damn.
She said she will put you away, and Bjorn, who is standing right there, has not corrected
She
her.
wants me to explain what happened, right?
She wants you to explain what happened, or she just said, say you didn't kill them.
So, since I'm not entirely sure what did happen, and therefore cannot say if I killed them or not, I can make assumptions, of course, but that's going for anyone. I'll strike you a deal.
God damn, she got balls.
Yeah, the story is,
She's silent. What do you say?
if I tell you what I know, you cannot put me behind bars unless you find enough evidence to prove that I physically did it. I will work with you. I will help you find evidence in any way that you may need. I will give you any information that you ask for, any and all. But if it turns out that we cannot prove that I for sure did anything, then I do not go to prison. And if you can prove it, then you can do whatever you want. You can execute me even.
Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Smart move, though. Smart move.
You have fucking
I mean,
jacked
yeah.
your
So
DC.
that's the first time since you entered this room that you made a good you made a
Fascinating.
smart move.
She grabs you by the front of your shirt and tilts your chair back. I don't make deals with murderers. I don't need evidence to put you behind bars. You are
Whoa,
in a
this is a
circle of
shitty
truth.
system.
Say you didn't kill them.
I'm in a zone of truth, but I don't have to say shit to you. My deal.
If
I
you
give
didn't
you
kill
any-
anyone, why would you have any drawbacks about saying it?
Does Astoria like canonically know how Zone of Truth works?
It's a relatively common spell.
Okay, I'm pretty sure she also might have that spell. I think I might have added it when leveling up. Give me a second.
It just got inserted into her brain conveniently before.
Yeah, no, I did genuinely get Zone of Truth because I got like an extra level 2 spell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know
No.
how Zone of Truth works then. You physically cannot say it if it's not true.
So yeah, I cannot say it if it's not true, but I can only say what I believe is truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let me see the exact wording of the spell, if you would.
Because the thing is, like, if you don't know something is like
Give me a
not
second.
true, it
I'm
is
looking at this,
to
hold on a
your
second.
belief. I'm pretty sure, because you can't. It's like saying like you can, for example, you can't say 2 + 2 is 5 because you know that is incorrect. But if you tell that to somebody who has never done math and they truly believe that it's the correct meditation,
That becomes their
Mhm.
truth.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
basically, yeah, cannot tell a deliberate lie.
Yes.
Okay. I could have killed them. I could have not. The way Zone of Truth works is I can't say what would be a deliberate lie. I'm sure you know that, considering you're able to cast this spell as well.
You're not helping your case.
I can only say what I believe is truth. But what should I believe is truth, considering I woke up and wasn't sure what happened? So how can I say that I killed them, or I haven't?
Do you
When I'm
think
not
you're a
sure.
murderer? Do you think you have the capability to kill somebody?
Everyone has the capability.
The desire to kill somebody?
No. I don't have the desire to kill anybody. And that's truth.
I didn't catch you on it.
I know, I'm just saying, because it's like she didn't want to kill them, if she did.
Just no, you're a liar. Restored as evil.
Yeah, no, she wants to kill the
Make us
entire
say.
party.
Shit,
Whoops.
she's the BBEG! Quick, fireball!
Damn!
Space! I'm accidentally revealing your evil plan!
I didn't ask how big the prison is. I said I cast fireball.
She's a fire genasi! She's resistant! It's all part of her plan!
Exactly. You guys figured it out so quickly. I'm so proud.
I have 20 intelligence, baby!
Well, Astoria has like 9, I think.
No!
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I said,
hey.
she's got okay. Listen, wisdom
Hey.
is street smarts. Wisdom is street smarts, and charisma is talking to people. She got the street smarts and the like con artist shit. She don't got the books.
I feel like
This is where the
might
street
be
smarts and
street
con artists
smart.
should come into play.
Yeah, well, I don't have
Smarts,
street
not book
smarts.
smarts, baby!
I don't have street smarts. Astoria does.
Oh,
I
no.
don't.
I actually,
also
I
haven't asked the DM for any
incredibly
assistance
relate
whatsoever,
to
so-
that.
Yes. This is a good time to point out you are allowed to lean on your character and say, "Hey, my
Astoria would know
character,
this.
my
Yeah.
character would know," whereas I do not.
Yeah.
You are allowed to do that.
I just don't know what Astoria would know.
That's why you asked!
Well,
Then you're allowed to ask.
yes.
I know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just stubborn
Yeah.
at this point, like, I'm gonna fucking ride this
Yeah.
Titanic
No, I'm
down
not
to the
stubborn. It's just the
ground.
fact that I don't genuinely think Astoria would know how to work her way out of an interrogation. She's never been interrogated before. She's done the
interrogated
interrogating.
people.
She doesn't
If
know
you've
how people would work their
interrogated
way out of it.
people, if you've interrogated people, then you would know how people usually respond to things that make you want to
But
not
the thing
like.
is, they haven't been able to work themselves out of it. So,
This is fine because this is funny.
you know, that's
Oh my
true.
God,
It is. It is.
Yeah,
I'm giving you content.
Hey,
God.
I listen. I do want to point out, Phoenix, we still love you. We're not trying to rag on you. This is just
Yeah.
funny, like you said.
Just
I
crying.
mean,
No.
bragging on you can still be in love.
Yes.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
you
just-
just
Just
made me confirm.
shocked, that's
No.
all. You are doing your goddamn best and I'm proud of you, but good god.
Exactly.
all of the people that you brought into this stream to watch us, I don't know if they're here anymore, but like they hate us. They
Oh
hate our
no, they
guts.
know. They know
Yes.
how bad I am.
It was a calculated risk, but man, am I
This
bad
is
at math.
yeah, they know.
I can't wait to see how we're all going to get our awards later where our interrogation goes very south.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh god.
Now it's skewed because she doesn't believe Astoria, so she's not gonna believe any of us. Like, who have you murdered? And we're like,
I
what
feel like
the
I
fuck?
wish Astoria was last so bad.
Yeah.
To be fair, I went there first because I thought I'd have to leave, but then
Yeah, part of
shit
it.
came up,
Yeah.
and then apparently, like the second it started, it was just like, nope, you don't have to leave anymore. And
Cancelled?
I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
Nadia
I was
enters the
like,
room
are
and
you
just gets hit
kidding
with
me?
a chair.
I also love how the kid
Whatever.
like, why were your friends elbow deep in the body? I'm like, it's just me. It's
It's
just
just Nadia.
Nadia.
Can you imagine multiple people
Astoria has
elbow deep
no
in a
clue
body?
why.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna let that silence be there for a minute.
Nadia's gonna be so fun for this interrogation. She just sounds like a psychopath when she talks
Why
about
were
this
you
shit.
elbow deep in the body? I wanted to see what was. I wanted to see in there.
I want to see what was missing, you know? It's a
I wanted
treat.
to feel it.
I wanted to, I just had to get my hands in there. Had to.
Can't really arrest you on you're fucking strange.
I
That's
think
what I
they
would do.
can. I feel like that's some form
Probably.
of like. What is it?
Psychopathy.
No, not psychopathy. I mean, maybe, but like something about
A word.
like messing with corpses.
Mm.
Just like not
And
allowed to do
the
that.
thing is that
Public
that
menace.
Public
Disrespect.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Public
what is it?
indecency.
No.
I would be worried if that was the word.
Anyways, we are running low on time.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, this woman kind of like stares down at you. Again, she's holding you by the shirt. You are tipped back in your chair.
Astoria's got her head tilted at her, just sort of
Mhm.
interested.
Are you two done?
She like the paladin straightens up and just fucking drops you. You have no way to catch yourself. You slam your head into the floor. I don't have anything else to fucking say to her.
You know,
And
that
she
wasn't very
walks.
nice.
And I think that is where we're gonna end our session tonight.
Damn.
Put me in,
Damn
coach.
That lady dropped my chair.
Yeah, you slammed your head back onto the stone and your ears ring with the force of it. You don't take damage, but it fucking hurts.
Yeah, no, Astoria genuinely canonically says, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, she is not. She walks like you hear the door slam.
Oh my god.
I
Astoria
prefer my
does laugh a
prisoners
little bit.
alive, Elaine.
She's fine. And like
don't want-
you can hear her down the hall.
Go blow off steam.
I don't want this to be the end. I want to keep going.
I know, but it's either
know.
we have maybe another 10 minutes worth of time before me and Space need to go, and we figured you wanted some kind of post session.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
everybody feeling?
Yeah.
I am
Time to play.
vibrating. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Glad.
Are you happy with your
Can't
first
we
session?
play every week?
I love being put in jail.
If everyone has the schedule for it, I wouldn't say no.
I do.
I can play every week. I mean, obviously not Christmas Eve.
Well,
but
I
I
mean,
can
there's probably gonna be
probably
like
play
some
every
weeks.
week.
There's probably gonna be some weeks where we can't play every week, but like,
Yeah. Well, and it's also like if like one person is out, we have a large enough group that we can now do like just have one person down.
Yeah.
And I'll just Jaeger somebody or have someone else play the other character.
Probably me.
Yeah, probably that guy. Sorry, it's the term we use in our other game is if somebody's out, someone else Jaegers them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, with a group of 5 now, I feel more comfortable running a session with just 4 people.
Yeah. Question is, do we all believe we can be consistent with that? Like, I know it's been months since our last session, so
it's been rough.
So I can probably do every week up until school starts for me again.
Okay.
So that's like from now until like I think January 14th is when my building opens again, so I move back in.
Okay, and then probably every other week for you.
So we have maybe
Yeah,
like 5.
then
5
probably
weeks.
every other week is what I'll
Okay.
have to do.
I
Listen,
can
my
do-
Saturdays are empty for y'all. Like Saturday mornings, all for you, baby.
Yeah, and we can also move start up and start earlier, if
Well-
everyone else wants to.
when I'm on the West Coast, which is over break, unfortunately, it might be like hit or miss for me about also doing every week because
Yeah,
I'll be
sure.
going back to the West Coast for the entirety of break.
Mhm.
So 3 hours
Okay.
earlier adjustment because I wake up 10 minutes before we start the session.
God mood.
Jesus.
And then I will be traveling a lot,
Mhm.
just up and down the coast because I am visiting family and stuff because I'm
Mhm.
never over there.
No sweat. And it's also a thing where and I don't say this is like we can go on without you, but like we can play one person down. So if it's just one person that's missing, we can still do like a session every week. It's just a matter of like if we're 2 or 3 people down, that's probably going to be a no. But
Nobody
it would be
can
great
do my
to play more consistently.
Nobody can do my my what's it called? My interrogation.
But yes,
Right,
I will be
do
ending
that.
stream
Naudie's
now.
good
I'm so
point. We should
excited for
probably-
this.
Goodbye, everyone.
Alright.
Stream is ending.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
Is